last session, like the last actual session? Do you guys remember what happened and all that?
We had a hard fought fight, but we won the tournament of power, and then dragons attacked.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Pretty good synopsis of it. Oh, and then something else that I have to discuss. Unfortunately, Karn will no longer be able to join us. Um,
Oh,
with his military cutting being like the important focus of his life right now, he unfortunately can't make time to come play with us. Well, not that he can't make time. There's just a lot of times where he just won't be able to join us or be able to play with us because of the military, and it's unfair for me to be like, hey, you have to choose because like that's our. I mean, he already chose the military, and I don't want to mess.
yeah.
So I don't want to mess any of that up for him. And he understood, and hopefully continues to understand. And I did tell him that I enjoyed playing with him, and obviously if the timing works out in the future where he can play again, then I will definitely try to have him play again with us. But for now, he's just going to take a break. I don't want him to try and sweat making a session and then missing multiple in a row. It's really difficult for him to come back and keep track, and I don't want that to affect you guys either because like, I know you guys want to be able to play as much as you can, but I don't want it to hinge on one person playing and then it makes or break the session because I'm fine with running just you four and then having our friend Maxwell hop in and out, and if we can get Karn to come in and play occasionally, I'm totally fine with that as well. I just know that right now he's not able to make that full length commitment, unfortunately.
That is completely understandable.
And it sucks because like he was one of the main guys, you know. But I did message him and make him aware. We talked a little bit, so it's not like I was just like, "Hey, bro, you're fucking out. You can't do it." Because
Right.
that's just mean. I would not want to do that to him. I wouldn't want that to happen to me either. So unfortunately, he won't be joining us tonight. Hopefully, in the future, he will be able to. And if he is able to, I will let you guys know. And yeah, he'll just be here. That being said, Maxwell's gonna be here, sitting in. Kind of the same thing though. If he can make it, he can make it. If not, that's fine. But you guys are gonna be the main four: Mortia, Lane, Bryle, and then Thistle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just here to help buffer y'all's numbers and stuff, man. Doing my cameo.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, where are we? Last we left off, I told you guys that everybody would be that would be starting at about 1 p.m. The day of the tournament's end. At this point, you guys all should be level 5, if I'm correct. Yeah. Yep. Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have a couple of other things.
I need to level up real quick, but that shouldn't take too long.
Oh no! Take 12d6 damage. I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, that's fine because while he's leveling up, I can chit chat some more with you guys, and we can kind of get going. We are presumably you guys are going to be ready to leave the Shrine of Savras. I believe we discussed that last time. That you guys got your total pot of. Let's see, how much was it? So upon winning the tournament, a couple of things you guys did do. You killed the evil bugbear for the bounty. If you don't recall, the bounty was for tofu. I had to read my notes for that because I know it kind of went back and forth on what the person was and all that jazz. But I did get it solidified. You guys also had a prize pool of 1,000 gold for the whole group. So divide that by 5 people. That's 250. No. Well, that's a good question. Maxwell, do you think you're gonna spend money? Should I give you the reward? You did.
I mean,
You did placehold for Karn, so I don't want to make you feel like your efforts were wasted.
I mean, I'll take like a super duper small thing, like what you said. If it's 250 per, and there's 4 normal players, you could just take an additional 200 out of me and just give me 50 gold.
And that would give everybody...
And divide that 200,
300
and then an
apiece.
additional 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so everybody gets 300 gold total, and then Maxwell, you can get your 100, and then we'll just keep it even there, even Steven it. So you guys get the trophy, which is indeed a in-game trophy. So each one will get their small, tiny little. It wasn't a trophy. It was necklaces, like Olympic-style necklaces. That says Tournament of Power. Has a little fist on it, and it tells you guys that this year of whatever year it is, I don't know. You guys are the winners of this one. Got your cool little medals to hold. You can put it in your inventory. You can wear it around if you want. You can forget that it exists and just throw it off into the ether if you want. But yep, you guys do get a nice little Tournament of Power gold medal. That's what we'll call it. On top of that, you guys also had a body dropped to you. And a warning, or at least a piece of paper, telling you that the dragon had attacked Phandalin, and that you guys were to head back ASAP because they need your help in defending, figuring out what's going on. At that time, you guys also may recall the trio, the samurai, the cleric, and the Archmage also read the notes, and they express their concern and say that they will, at least the magistrate Archmage will meet you in Phandalin at some point. Tofu expresses his concern as well, stating that he will return to Phandalin whenever he can. And then after everyone gets all spooked about the white dragon having left the body, that's where we left off. So it's 2 p.m. You guys note that most of the travelers at the Shrine of Savers and those who were working for the Tournament of Power, including the various factions and such that have come to watch, at this point are all gone. That includes some of the followers of Shar, Salune, some other factions such as the Orcs you guys saw, the Harpers, and a couple of other large amounts of, be it elves or orcs or dragonborns, people of those such have all left at this point. So the only people left at the shrine are those who are cleaning up, wizards who are trying to clean up trash from the audience and from the travelers. The occasional traveler here and there who's just kind of waiting it out. Maybe they're not ready to leave just yet, so they're sitting by and waiting for any straggling adventurers to come talk to them, maybe, or see if they can peddle off some faux coins, or maybe it's someone selling magical newspapers of like what happened and things of that note. Unfortunately, no factions come to you guys directly, but yeah, this is where we remain. You guys are on are at least ready to head on out. So I guess I gotta ask, what do you guys want to do? We can talk about some things that happened if you guys would like any clarification on anything. Maybe if you guys have any leads or any questions for me, go ahead and ask them.
Out of character, is Esmeralda's brothers still there, or are they heading back?
They've already left.
Okay.
All right. With that being,
Morty's.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Morty's just mostly gonna stick with the group, nothing like really specific.
Okay. Are we gonna go back to like what are we doing? Are we traveling? Are we staying here for the night? Are we going to Phandalin? Are we going north?
If everyone else is ready, I assumed you were gonna head to Phandalin and take on some jobs to help protect the town.
Yeah, I am fine with going back to Phandalin. Did we collect the money from Tofu?
For the bounty, not yet. No, he's already gone. He unfortunately didn't stick around to talk about the bounty. He was more invested in the tournament and the dragon.
Okay, we can get that later.
Yeah.
I vote going back to Phandalin, considering the fact that there's a really dark, spooky cloud over it, and we've gotten notes about, hey, big, bad, spooky dragon.
Oh.
Ooh, let's go to town. Save the day.
Okay.
Back.
How many
Where-
miles? 15. No. Each is a quarter. Okay, you guys make your way down the Triboard Trail, heading back to Phandalin. And as you're traveling, making your way, you do in fact come across a group of traveling merchants who seem to be heading the opposite way, heading north instead of heading west, heading northeast up to Coney Bear and such. And you see it's just a single stagecoach with about 2 or 3 men on the outside. They look to be like a human and then a tiefling, black-skinned tiefling, sitting on the outside. One of them has what looks to be a crossbow, just sitting casually in his lap, while the other one, the human knight, seems to just be kind of driving the stagecoach along, and walking behind it and is a singular orc who looks to be in some clerical robes, gray. His hands are inside of his are together and inside of his sleeves, and he seems to have just a simple pack along his back. You guys see that the human kind of nods his head to you, and the tiefling doesn't really pay attention to you guys as you guys are passing the way. He seems to be talking to the human in a language that some of you, some of you don't understand. None of you understand it. But he gives you a nice little nod, and as you guys are walking, you hear the words "halt," and the orc turns as the stagecoach keeps driving off without him, before getting about maybe 100 feet, and then you hear the horses neigh as the stagecoach comes to a stop. But the orc stops towards you all, and he goes, "Halt! Who are you? Where do you come from?"
We are Team Guardrail. We come from over there, I guess.
We just did the Tournament of Power.
And we are back to Phandalin because there's some urgent situation going on.
Phandalin, I see. Well, be careful. There seems to be dark forces amongst us. Interesting. Well, Guard Rail. What a weird name. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully the tournament was not as difficult as what you might face ahead of you. I am Balthazar.
We won.
I'm a cleric, and I have some news for any travelers heading towards the southwest. And you see that he pulls his hood down, and he has a mostly clean-shaven face, no beard or facial hair. 2 prominent tusks stick out from under his upper lips, and they kind of curl in weird ways. But you can tell that they look like they're almost not polished, but maybe sharpened as to not grow too long. It's very clear that at the ends of them, something has been, like a tool maybe, has been used to break off the ends of them. And he says to you, or he hands just kind of towards the group, whoever's closest. So he'll give it to you, Maxwell. It's a note, and it's a very simple proclamation. And he says to you, as he hands it, this I should not be the one, or my group should not be the one who bears this bad news, but keep your wits about you, as there is a tribe who is going around trying to proclaim their own, how you say, territory. And as you open it, for the group to see, Maxwell, you can see in common, it's a note, and it is addressed really to nobody. It says, "To those who are concerned, we are on our way not to pillage, not to destroy, not to defile, but to conquer, to become victorious, to prove our valiance and our worth to the gods above. We are the Bloodbreakers, those that claim the souls of the lost, and those that send the worthy towards Valhalla, or whatever other realm of rest you claim." And on the bottom, you can see that it says Grugthar Bloodbreaker, signed in a beautiful, almost elven-like handwriting. And then underneath it is a black stamp of a singular black axe, just stamped on the bottom of it.
Shit.
This doesn't seem good.
Yeah.
You guys know these blood?
Yeah, unfortunately we do. That's something that at least I know myself and Lane has information about. Brielle, did we ever fill you in on what's happening with them?
I don't believe you did.
OOC, I mean, she was there for the encounter we had at leaving Dwarven excavation with them.
Correct. I'm also talking about if we ever in character ended up sharing the information that we had, like specifically from the well as well.
You talked about the visions.
So probably, yeah.
Okay, so you pretty much are caught up with that as well. So I would like to then, in character, pretty much tell Mortia the exact same thing about the visions, about the symbol and the black banner and the orcs and all that.
Okay. And as you're saying this, you see the orc standing in front of you guys says, "So you have come across this group many times. Well, from one peacemaker to another, please usher in some sort of defense or defiance against this group. While they claim valiance and honor, I know not the matter or the servitude that they have, nor do I understand why they wish to conquest. Tribes of orcs have not been, how you say, vocal about sharing themselves with the outside world. So, from one man to another, one tribesman to an outside folk, please quell this group and show them that they are, what's the word I'm looking for? Foolish in their ways. They know not the true meaning of valiance or what it is to be a warrior. Now, we must off. We have important business to discuss in Coneyberry. Best of luck to you all, group." And you see that he...
Wait, good sir, may I have your name?
"My name is Balthazar. I am a cleric of Salune. I come from Neverwinter. Recently, speaking of... coming from a recent venture with a sister Gorail. Apparently, she is one of notoriety in Phandalin. So if you meet
you know
her...
Sister Guardrail.
So if you meet
You know her.
please give her my best regards." And he looks as you say those names.
Guardrail wasn't an actual nun, though.
He looks at you a little confused. "Wait, if you are Guardrail, then who is Sister Guardrail?"
No. We named ourselves after her. The team is a separate thing.
What is this team you speak of?
You know the Tournament of Power?
Well, yes, I know about that.
Yeah, we entered and we had to come up with a team name, so we're Team Guardrail, separate from Sister Guardrail. It's like the.
Do
the
you
first
mean
one.
Guarail?
Yes, but it's
in
kind of
her honor. Yes.
Oh, It's a really weird way to honor. You know, they say mockery is the best form of flattery, so who knows?
Say to him in orc, it must be all the leather.
He looks at you a little confused because you're clearly not orcish, and he returns the sentiment: leather, cloth, whatever it may be, please uphold her name with the utmost respect. And then back in common,
say an orc will do.
oh my God. And back in common, he goes, "Well, I must go before my constituents get a little aggravated and irritated. You know how those elves are when they don't get their elderberry wine at the right time of day. Oh, I wish you all the best of luck." And you see that he produces a small book out of his sleeves, and he speaks a prayer. And you recognize it, Lane, as a prayer of good luck and hope in Orcish from Selûne. And with that, I must be off. Farewell. Team Guardrail.
Bye-bye.
And a little confused,
On the first try.
scratching his head, he returns back to the stagecoach, at which point you can see that the tiefling is kind of standing up with his crossbow, kind of like eyeing you all, but as he sees the orc return, he sits back down, and they continue back on their way, the orc following instead. And then
I'll wave at the tiefling and say bye in abyssal.
he's too far away to hear him. He's about 100 feet or so away.
While
But-
they
Go ahead.
I was gonna say while they leave, can I look and see if I see any of the marks of the sister guardrails, Garail's group?
You do, without even having to notice, you do see that he's wearing a Harper symbol on a necklace. So you can tell that
Wait,
he's
that motherfucker's a faker too.
no, and his what do you call it? His cloak that he's wearing, or his robes, has the symbol of Selûne on the back, just clear as day, a beautifully woven accoutrement.
Okay, so he's a Harper. Did they both have it, or just him?
Just him. You didn't really get a good look as the other guys were passing. Basic knight armor, some steel, maybe some chainmail. The tiefling seemed to be wearing some brown and black leather. Basic ranger getup, as you would assume. Okay, and so we get to Phandalin.
Oh.
Now, Phandalin is not quite what it was when you guys left. Immediately upon entering, getting to the edge of the Tribord Trail at the north of Phandalin, which is great because you're closest to Barthens, the first thing that you note is the destruction. It is not widespread. It doesn't look like somebody dropped bombs or anything of that nature necessarily happened. But what you do see is an assortment of icicles. First things first, you notice the rooftops of these buildings have large icicles. Icicles that are sticking in and out of the ground, a couple of them hitting buildings. And as you guys are making your way past Barthens, you can see broken weapons laying about. You see trees that are splintered and destroyed. You can see some houses have broken windows. Some roofs have holes in them. In fact, Barthen's provisions, as you are passing it, you see that the entire left side and back half of the building is completely burned down, with what seems to be reinforcements being hammered in, be it boards or someone taking large pieces of scrap metal and drilling it to try and cover a hole in the building. Corin, the owner of Barthen's provision, himself can be seen with a large mallet slamming what looks to be nails into boards in the front door, as the door is just completely gone. And you can hear him yelling, "All right, boys, hand me more nails. We're almost done with repairs, and then just maybe we can finish the back end."
Excuse me.
"Oh, hello," as he turns to you. "Welcome back, group. I hope you are all faring a bit better than we are.
I am so sorry that we're late. Do you know who actually has the best update that they can give out of the situation that happened?
If you'll, yes, head to the center of town, or even Stonehill Inn. You could either talk to Harbin about it, or you can speak to Esmeralda. They currently have the most information. What I can tell you, though, is that the danger was a bit more than we were expecting. Unfortunately, out of the 120 that live here, we did lose 30.
30?
I'm so sorry.
Are you guys going to need help with bodies, perhaps?
No. Well, the attack was yesterday morning. We were fortunate enough to be able to clean up most of the bodies. Right now, we have quite a lot of the injured who are staying in the Stonehill Inn. So if you're looking for a room tonight, you will not be. We won't be able to help you there. Maybe some others might be able to give you some housing, as we've had to take quite of the younger and elderly and put them in areas that are a bit more safe. But other than that, I'm not too sure. Now, I will say, most of my storage has been depleted and destroyed. So we are running a bit low on resources. The only thing that we can really afford right now is metal objects and some armor, maybe some weapons here or there, but nowhere near as glorious as our storage used to be.
Is anyone of your family hurt or injured?
Well, no. It was just me and my 2 boys. Thankfully, we have a shelter underneath that we were able to hide from. And as you see, it's like 2 of his 2 boys come running around, the little half-elf boys. You can see that one of them has what looks to be like a short sword at his side, and is carrying a bucket of nails and some. It has like 2 or 3 hammers in his hand. And the younger of the 2 comes around, and he has a bunch of wooden planks in his hand. And you can see that the one with the nails and hammer goes, "I got my first stabbing in the other day. You should have seen him." Aye, boy, I know. He's a real killer, this one. And he kind of like points at the kid, and you can tell that the kid looks a little scraped up, maybe some bruises, but no real visible danger. As for the shop, it looks fucked. There's holes in every part of it. The stables and storage facility in the back is just reduced to absolute ash. There's no sign of any boxes. There's no roof for the stable. It is all just a collapsed pile of ash and broken wood, blackened with soot and decay. And then, of course, the occasional indentation in the ground. But then he says back to you, "We will be fine here, though. We do appreciate the kindness and for you all reaching in or stepping in to give some assistance. But please go speak with Esmeralda. She has more news for you than we can offer."
Aye, Capitan. I shall talk to you later then.
You as well. May Selune watch you all. And as you all continue making your way to the center of town, you can even see that the Shrine of Luck, gone. There's no pedestal, there's no wall. It is just clear bits and rubble, pieces of armor, broken weapons, and one other thing that you do notice. In a pile upon staves, black flags, or red flags with black axes on them, lay in a pile. You can see not guards, but commoners, farmers, townsfolk who that are walking around trying to rebuild or move things. Some of them have bandages on their arms, their legs. There's an occasional one who has a bandage across their head or their chest. And while they all look weary and tired, you note that they all have this look of determination and passion on each of their faces, as if they're not stopping. Even though they were just attacked, they can't stop, because if they do, their city will not be rebuilt. And as you're making your way through the town, you see Stonehill Inn, which has this large singular sliver of ice sticking through the rooftop, and it looks to be about the size of like a small sedan, just sticking through it. and you can tell that it is not gonna melt. As wisps of mist and what you can assume is maybe fog seems to kind of roll off of it every couple minutes, like the ice is trying to melt, but it's not. Something is stopping it from doing so.
Out of character question. You said that the banner was red with a black axe instead of a black banner?
Yes, like it's a red flag with a black axe on it. Okay. Back into character. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So into the central, you guys see some of the damage and so on. Stonehill, again, has some of its windows are broken. You can see Harbin, the turtle, who seems to be carrying large barrels of something in each arm, making a very fast pace. Seems to be coming from the east part of town, and for a second he stops and he drops the barrels, which with a surprising thud put a little impact into the ground, and you can see that he doesn't look at you guys, but he points towards a couple of buildings, and you can see some elves, some tieflings, and a few Leonin, youngins, maybe 13, maybe 14, obviously entering puberty, but not quite in that young adult phase. Seem to be carrying what looks to be crates of things that are crates and boxes that are labeled rations, supplies, weapons, etc. As some of them walk into the Stonehill Inn, you can see a couple of them head towards the Lion Shield Coster, while some of the kids with rations seems to stop in the center of town, and they're handing them out to anyone they see, be it workers or elderly, young, shopkeepers, farmers, anyone that they see. And Harpin grabs his 2 barrels, puts them back on his shoulders, and he walks to the Stonehill Inn, which you didn't realize it at this point, but there is just a massive hole where the double door should have been, and instead there is a big piece of sheet metal just laid up against it. You see that he puts his foot on it and then shoves it to the left out of the way, and it seamlessly moves as he heads back in, kind of doing his little turtle wobble on his way in. And then you see one of the Leonin, a boy with beautiful silver hair, passing out rations, walks up to you and he goes, "Hello there! Welcome back! We heard that you guys won the tournament! Congratulations!"
Thank you. I'm sorry that this happened while we're gone, but we're here to help now.
That's okay. You never know what happens these days. I'm Springtail, by the way, and you see that he kind of just like waves at you guys. A very nice, warm, young Leonin, beautiful green eyes, and a nice smile on his face. But then you look, you notice he's got some deep cuts on his arms, and a axe on his back, like a dual-bladed, large, like great axe sits upon his back, as he hands you guys some rations. Please, take some food. I know that you all must traveled quite a long way. Our brothers told us about your win in the tournament, and we're so proud of you all. We're happy that you guys are back in town, because now we know you're gonna kill the dragon.
I don't need any rations, I promise. Give them to somebody else, please.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are too kind.
I'm so sorry, but what?
And as you're saying your apologies, you see that Esmeralda walks up, like almost out of nowhere, and you can see that she is now wearing an eye patch, and her left arm is in a sling. But she also has what seems to be like a long sword at her side, and she walks up, eating what looks to be like some sort of small sandwich, and she goes, "Go on, Springtail, go help the rest. Welcome back, you all. I'm very glad to see your faces once again."
Oh my god, are you okay?
I am. I could not have asked for it to go any other way, honestly, but worry not about us. More importantly, the city. That is what is struggling. As I am assuming you all heard, we were attacked by that vile fiend, the dragon.
We were coming to you to get an actual update on what exactly happened.
Perfect. That means that our network of resources are still aligned. All right, all of you, come with me. And she ushers you guys towards the Lion Shield Coster. And as you make your way to the Lion Shield Coster, you see that it has actually taken the least amount of damage, surprisingly. And realistically, the reason for this, as you guys will all come to see, is because there's various metal. Oh, shiznit! Didn't even pull you in there. That's crazy. There are all of the wood paneling, be it the roof, the siding, window panes, door frame, all has metal bolted to it in some way, shape, or fashion. And as she walks you all in to the main area, you can see that where there would be armors or weapons or anything of that nature, instead, it seems to be what looks to be like papers strewn about. You can see that she has various notices or letters written out, and just like quick glances, you can see that some of them are towards towns from the far, far south, way farther than Neverwinter, probably places you guys haven't even heard of, including, but not limited to, Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate. And it's all requests of help, and a few other ones sitting on the main area also are notarized to Neverwinter. And she kind of like walks around her little area, pulls up the little door, steps behind the counter as she ushers you forward, and she goes, "You all did well in the tournament, but I'm hoping that experience will carry you on to the next feat. No.
I think there are some bigger problems to deal with at the moment, but I'm glad you heard of our game, I guess.
Game, tournament, whatever you call it. It still shows that you are all strong and not willing to back down from a fight. And we need that, especially now. So, let us get on to business. We were attacked by the dragon, but it was not just the dragon, as you might have seen. The orcs, the Bloodbreakers as they are known, were also in tow. But I have a few important notes about it that I believe that you all might want to hear. Something that might also raise suspicion in your ears as it has ours. The dragon showed up first, out of nowhere. It was maybe midday, high noon if that. We heard a roar, and then suddenly the air grew cold. And the next thing we know, a hail of ice spikes were falling, like large meteors, perfectly pointed, freezing to the touch. But it was odd. They struck buildings, not people. They were not just thrown about as if they were just randomly shot, like an arrow being thrown into a test dummy. They were accurate. It took out our stables first, then our provisions, and then from there, we lost access to the mine in the, what's it called? The Miners' Exchange. Completely blew through the entrance to it, destroying the entire structure, almost in one blow. And then fields. Some of our crops were affected as the ice slammed deep into it, not just destroying the initial crater, but spreading ice to the area. At this point, we are still trying to find any sorcerer or wizard who can help us thaw it out, or at least find some sort of solution to destroying these, dare I say, ice spires. On to the next thing. The orcs showed up roughly an hour later. While we were still dealing with the dragon, it seemed to loom above, diving in and out of clouds as we attempted our best to strike it down. Unfortunately, none of our equipment or mages were equipped enough to be able to touch it. Seemed as if it was merely toying with us, like we were some pawns in the middle of a game. Then, that's when the orcs came. They attacked those, though. They came from the north and the south. starting at the Barthen's provisions, setting a flame to it almost immediately. Then went the miners' exchange. It too torched. But none of the fields, none of the houses, none of them were touched by him. Of course, they came through and they destroyed windows and threw spears through things, even launched rocks. But they were not just simply attacking to attack. All of the women and elderly that could be spared were. But those who picked up weapons, they were slain without even an ounce of forgiveness. We lost 30 brave souls that day. 3 children, 2 elderly, and the rest being all men. In fact, I lost 6 of my brothers that day. And you can see on the chandelier above you all, there are now what seems to be like 4 or 6 plaques with paw prints on them, each signifying a member of the Lion Shield family with their own paw print and their own name inscribed into it. And it all, of course, they all say rest in peace. A moment goes. She gives a moment of silence. She bows her head. She says some sort of prayer you guys don't quite hear. She mutters it under her breath. But she holds close to a symbol of Lathander on her necklace, on her neck. And then she looks back at you all. Sorry. So, other than that, the others that fell were simple commoners and townsfolk. Those who were challenged directly by the orcs. After they burned some of our key locations, they headed back into the center of town, where they threw a flag down. A flag of what seemed to be not conquest, but a challenge. A large one, a lieutenant, he called himself. Grognak stepped forward and said those who wish to claim their lives may do so with honor. And so, 3 of my brothers had sent themselves forward. They went blow for blow with these orcs, and managed to take out a couple, but unfortunately they were felled by this strong lieutenant. After the small skirmish in the middle, they left. Whatever buildings we could save, we did. Whatever destruction they left, whatever destruction they imparted us with, we are still doing our best to recover. Right now, Barthen's is still under repair. Probably going to take the next few weeks before he's up and running again. My smithy, fortunately though, is still good to go. And in fact, a lot of the dwarves and gnomes that we work closely with within the Miners' Exchange also offered to come live here to replace those that we have lost and maybe even help us become more fortuitous because of it. The Stonehill Inn is unfortunately suffering with a lack of resources coming in due to the large amount of resources that we have lost due to the attack. We are now scrambling to try and make ends meet for everyone who lives here. But Barthen and Harbin are doing their best to procure as much space as they can and as much medicine as they can for the injured or the weak. Right now, mostly the elderly and those who are harmed seek refuge inside of it. So if you need housing, we might be able to find you something. But know that it is all temporary, just for now.
Esmeralda, I have a question for you. Is there anybody in town that can follow a recipe in terms of making healing potions?
It's a good thing that you mentioned it, because we were actually able to succeed in getting Adabra to come back from her Umbrage Hill. In fact, she came to us just moments before the attack, stating that her entire house had been burnt. She grabbed whatever resources she could, her blankets, her writing, some of her apothecary tools, and is currently set shop in the Stonehill Inn. She has been making potions of healing and been doing her best to help those who are sick or injured until we can recover. So, if you require anything from her in that sense, please do not be afraid to talk to her. Although she is a little upset from what happened to her family's home, I have no doubt that she'd be more than willing to help. Other than the orcs, we have a couple of other things that we have to attend to today. hopefully some things that you will be able to help us with.
What can we do for you? Me and this house.
Well, first
What that
things
do to protect the town.
first. We need our town master. After the attack, we noticed that some buildings were broken into, homes here and there. We didn't know what quite to make of it. Again, we did not know what kind of attack this was going to be, but then we noticed the town master's hall was broken into, and he is nowhere to be seen. It seems like a lot of information he was holding in his library and his quarters have also been stolen, with most of it being torched from the inside out. So we know not what they were searching for, but it is very clear to us that this was not just a random attack. This was something that was premeditated, perpetrated by something with a higher thought, or at least something with a higher purpose. Someone or something who thinks that there's more to Phandalin than just townsfolk and commoners. So, we have reached out to a few of our contacts, hoping to get some assistance, and we've heard back from a few. Falcon the Hunter. He lives deep in the Neverwinter woods, and said that he will be sending a contact within the next few days, seeking out those who, funnily enough, those who are named Team Guardrail. Yourselves, of course. She kind of smirks a little bit. He said that he heard of your endeavors and is ashamed that he has yet to meet you all, and so he will be sending himself out as soon as he can to come aid us. Says that he knows of a few eerie incidents happening in the Neverwinter woods that's maybe worth looking into. And then we have Sister Garael, who has also reached out for a magistrate. No, an archmage from Neverwinter. A woman that is a bit more inclined to put her hands into the dirt, if you know what I mean. She will be coming and joining us later this evening to give us word on what she thinks going on, to also give us an eye and lend us a hand with the magical afflictions that we've unfortunately come across our table.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
That's what I was thinking too, especially when she said she'll be joining us in person, instead of just simple scrying or... Ugh, how much I hate magic sometimes. Other than that, we have a few other things that we have to discuss with you that we think might be worth putting attention to. A bit of a plan that we're putting together, of sorts. Although, I do wish to wait till Fiona is here. I may be able to disclose such information if you are in such haste to begin, well, the repairs.
I was actually wondering if you knew where Sister Garael was. Is she currently in town at all?
No, she was actually on her way back from a meeting in Neverwinter. Something about the Harpers, something about trying to find an old mine or some sort of well of some sorts. I don't remember what she called it though. But I know.
Great question.
I know she'll
the
be
well
here
guy.
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, you said?
Yes, roughly when the sun hits sunset.
Okay. And you said there was a specific time tonight that sorcerer wizard lady is coming to help? I'm going to assume druid, but I could be wrong.
She's an archmage. I don't know if she's a wizard or sorcerer. She could be an artificer for all we know. But notably, they said to look for the woman with a harpist symbol, orange hair, and a very fine set of robes. Human, but stands about 6 feet tall, so she sticks out amongst her kind. As for an exact time, I am not sure. It's simply up to the whims of her.
I guess at least I am ready to hear what else you have to say. I don't know if anybody else has any questions or anything.
I have a few concerns, I'd guess.
Please, share them.
So, first of all, why are you all staying?
What do you mean, why are we staying? This is our home and has been for the
Just-
past, I don't know.
You just got attacked and invaded by an army.
An army.
Well-
Oh, I am so sorry, I forgot the most important part. And you see that she pulls out a sheet of paper. It's a report. There was only 12 of the orcs. It was not an army. We were only able to
led
fell
by a
half of
dragon.
them. And she looks at you, and she like, you could tell at this point she's a little irritated. And so she pulls her little longsword out on top, out of her sheath, and she puts it on the table in front of her. And you see that it's just fucking splattered with blood, scuffed up, scratched, chipped. And she looks at you and goes, "I have been fighting for this land, and so has my family, for generations. Do you think that a mere threat of a dragon or orcs is going to make me bow down when I've seen countless hovers, armies, men like you who have come into this town and claimed it for themselves, but yet here we stand, all of them felled by my family's blade."
Okay, not everyone here is standing. 30 people died.
You are
And yet,
correct.
Lane, I don't think them leaving their homes is going to be
30 valiant warriors who were willing to put their lives on the line for the place that they call home. We're not adventurers like you, Lane, who get to run away and call home the next cot or the next tent that they live in. We all have lives to live, and not everybody wants to live their life running.
Not to be a downer, but dragons can fly, and the orcs have been everywhere. So I don't know that them leaving is really gonna do much.
Honestly, Esmeralda, I'm thinking about. You are good at smithing, correct?
Yes, I'd say I'm the most proficient here. Why do you ask?
I'm not gonna lie, from the moment you have been talking, especially with the attack, there's been something kind of cooking up in my head in terms of, I don't know, I guess a contraption or something that may be able to help with defense. It's just an idea, but what if we could put something like a spear in like a big crossbow?
Do you know what a ballista is?
No, I don't.
A large war cannon, or well, not war cannon, a war crossbow mounted upon walls. If we had such resources, we would in a heartbeat be defending ourselves. But unfortunately, we are just a mere village. Hardly even a town at this point. No offense, I'm not trying to discount your credibility. I know that you Fae, you do see quite a lot of interesting things, as I know that you've met the Elendril elves, and you might have even seen some of their war machines and how dangerous they can be. We just don't have the resources. But that could be solved. As you see that she slides forward a piece of paper, a couple of pieces of paper. Let's see. And she brings up two of the quests that you guys have already. The Loggers Camp quest and the Butterskull Ranch quest, as well as the third one, which I'll get to, but I wouldn't talk about these first. In fact, you could help us get those resources. The first thing that we need is a source of wood, a place to get constant wood and have it processed. Not just as simple as going out and cutting it, you see, but we actually have a Loggers Camp deep in the Neverwinter Wood that we used to get supplies from. Every month they would come and bring it to us, but it's been over 2 months so far, and we haven't heard anything from them. Now, while I know that they do attune themselves with Neverwinter themselves, and many of the loggers there, in fact, are from Neverwinter, we did have a few tradesmen from Phandalin who went there to share their expertise, and also to help, I suppose, speed things along. Sometimes Neverwinter lives in the more archaic times, you see. But we have not heard of them, or we have not received anything from them, and we are beginning to wonder if either they stopped wanting to trade with us because of something Neverwinter has imposed upon them, or simply if there's something else amiss. And we are wondering if you all could go seek them out. maybe speak to them and bring back a report as to what's going. And to follow that up, we have a farmer here named Alphonse, or Al as we call him, who used to run an old farm northeast of Coneyberry. In fact, you all visited the tournament, so you might be familiar with the area. Less than 5 miles north of that shrine, that's where the farm sits. It's been long abandoned and ransacked, some even say destroyed, but Al wishes it to be back, as apparently the fields themselves have some sort of enchantment, some sort of familial thing that his ancestors put upon the land, and while the farm sat there for hundreds of years empty, he thinks now would be the time to re-establish itself for Phandalin, to get our influence and to allow those who wish to come and help us have a place to. Plus, it would help divert a lot of the farming needs away from the city, as to not have to worry so much about crowding up our town with farmland.
Okay, interesting.
Now, you speak about bringing Ballistae to the town to defend it, and we were actually a bit more inclined to ask for help from Neverwinter than it might seem at first. And you see that she pulls out some of the reports that are asking requisition orders from Neverwinter, and some of it is says it comes with payment, and others say they come with terms of negotiation. But they are made out to some traders in Neverwinter, shops you guys haven't heard of or haven't visited to, names you guys don't really recognize. And then some of them are signed to Lord Neverember himself, and it speaks a lot about how Phandalin's struggling right now, but they could be this huge bustling city of culture and trade and success for both parties if Neverwinter could just send them some sort of help, be it food or be it supplies, or even be it bodies, soldiers, things of that nature. But you can tell a lot of the requisitions seem almost desperate, as in, we need your help, or like, this is it. Well, we are hoping to get the most out of our potential allies. We fear that Phandalin is unfortunately going to have to fend for itself. So, while you are all trying to help us with our resources, or at least trying to help us get back on our feet, there's one thing that is a bit more important, and you've brought this up, Lane, and I wish to not ignore it, but if we cannot chance another attack like this on Phandalin. We know not who or what could, but we do fear that a force could come through and lay waste to everyone, be it the townsfolk, the townmaster, the elderly, or the young. And so to try and mitigate that, we seek a place of refuge. 15 miles south of here, there's an ancient dwarven fortress known as Axholm that has been sealed for years. If an attack is imminent, we need a place to evacuate and take refuge. It's a place safe. And so I ask you all, will you please go to this old fortress, make sure that it is empty and safe, and come back to us and let us know that we have a place of safety. We know not how dangerous it is, nor how long it has been sealed, but a fortress inside of a mountain that has survived for this long might just be worth looking into. And while I know that the payment is relatively low on this, I would be more than willing to procure some items of interest for you all, as a well that we have been seeking might be coming under our power soon. And as a well that she kind of looks around and then leans in. It's a well that offers power greater than any forge, and from Phandalin to Neverwinter to Waterdeep. A well of souls, some call it.
The well gods.
We know about the well.
How do you know about a well that's been locked away for hundreds of years, and we've only simply just learned about it days ago?
Oh,
it's
so a
kind of
different well.
We've gone at it a couple times. Unless
Nope.
it's a different
Lane, it might be a different well.
powerful magical well.
You talking about the
Like-
well of Lorien Thel?
Oh, no. Yep, definitely different well.
Well,
Okay, probably.
what are you
well.
talking about
Hey,
then?
what
was a
are you
magical
talking about?
Well, you see, there's this really weird well that pops up behind the Stonehill Inn from time to time, and it can look completely normal, but if it says the well gods, it's probably best that you don't mess with it.
Oh my, have you been drinking a bit? That's just an old tale that the kids like to tell often.
Esmeralda, do you remember the time when the first time the quote-unquote dragon came into town and just sat there for a while?
Well, yes, but that was just mere child's
That was
word.
because of the well.
Are you jesting with me? Surely this is jest, no?
I was invisible for 8 hours.
Lane.
Well,
She's not gonna.
I mean, that
She
could have.
doesn't
I
like
know.
That
I
could
know.
be the mere
He's
weave,
very
just
reasonable.
having infractions upon it. You know how Scientology and mathematicians like to spout nonsense. Maybe it was a potion of some sort. Maybe you hit your head a bit too hard. You said the well behind Stonehill. I fetched water from there many a times. And never has it ever had the proclivity of whispering to me.
Yeah, it's not always magical. Look, the point
Lane, I don't
is
think
a
it's.
different well. It doesn't matter.
Anyway,
Okay. Anyways, there's
so a fortress.
I
we
have
we
a
need you to
question.
go to. Oh, please go ahead.
So I don't think it would be the wisest to go to a possibly dangerous, unpopulated fortress down south when Neverwinter is just
well, that's
right
why-
with here.
Well, we're gonna clear the fortress, is what they asked.
Yes, but Neverwinter is populated. It has people, and if the dragon attacks the fortress, having like a couple dozen people there isn't gonna change much.
Well,
Even if we
no,
get
no,
a
no,
list
no, no, Lane.
And
The idea
like
is
the dragon,
to.
You've seen what the dragon did to buildings.
The idea is to hide in the fortress. This fortress has stood alive for, well, not alive, has stood the test of time for over thousands of years. If a dragon wanted, they could have destroyed it, maybe, but what if they couldn't? Have you seen a dragon fell a mountain? We just need a
Not
place
yet,
of
but I've seen
refuge,
whole
Lane.
cities.
This is not to entirely replace Phandalin. We do not want a place to call home. We need a place of refuge to hide. For we fear that the Bloodbreakers may come back. How do we know that they're not going to stop?
They are without a doubt coming back.
So then why can you not help us find a
Do
place
you
of
know
refuge?
who got us the letter?
No. Well, yes, actually I do. It was Narnthal, our scouts.
No, a dragon killed the dude, picked him up, and dropped him at our feet. Whatever the dragon wants, it is exactly this.
Well, you see that she sits down on a crate for a moment, and then she just kind of looks down, and from her one eye that remains, and from behind her eye patch, you can see a little bit of teary blood coming from the eye patch, but some tears starting to swell and fall as she kind of hangs her head. Then I fear it is all lost. I feel that no matter what, as you say, Lane, it is inevitable, our death.
God damn it, Lane. Look what you did.
Look, I'm just trying to be reasonable, because the truth is,
No,
if
this
the
isn't
dragon
being
comes back
reasonable.
and they're unprepared like this, they're all gonna die.
What the? Get out.
We're We are
This
preparing
look,
them.
they need.
No, you are literally traumatizing her as of this moment. If you're gonna continue to say fucked up shit, then get out. We can think about a plan outside, away from somebody who just lost 6 of her fucking brothers.
Oh my. Mr. Lane, don't you know to not put the damsel in distress, in more distress? As you see Tofu comes walking in, cheerful and happy as ever. What seems to be just a messenger's bag along his hip, which is not normal. He doesn't wear any bags or anything. But he comes in and he kind of like pats on it a little bit, pulls out a little bottle of wine, and then he uncorks it with a little pop, and then he takes a little swig, and then he throws it at Esmeralda, who catches it without looking up with her one hand, and she just takes just a huge glug of it, and just through her strained breath and tears, she lets out a belch as she sits there, still sobbing a bit. And you can see that the wine she has actually says it was Lion Shield Coster. Emberberry wine, a fine, beautiful looking bottle of wine. But Tofu coming forward says, "Do not worry, Esmeralda. Do not feel sad for them. They died a warrior's death, as every Lion Shield member wishes to." And then he looks at you, Lane, and he hands you a letter and says, "You so callous to the death of others. Maybe it is your turn to know."
No, I'm trying to keep them from dying.
Maybe it is
They
your
need-
turn to know humility.
Handle.
And he hands you a letter.
Alright, what does the letter say?
Dear Lane, she loved you once. Now it is up to you to prove that her love was worth it. I stand with your enemy, hoping to one day carve your eye out of your skull and replace it with the other one, so I may have not one, but 2 trophies, so that maybe one day you'll see what I saw in her. Until then, I cannot wait to meet your acquaintance with the white one. And then, signed in perfect common, is the name Inverna Nightwatch at the bottom. And you noticed a strand of hair,
The letter.
a beautiful blonde strand of hair, falls out of the, not a strand, sorry, but like a little, like imagine someone grabbed like a lock of hair and kind of like folded it in half. And,
Here?
yeah, and like tied a ribbon, like a red ribbon around it to keep it together. And as you look at the hair, you do recognize it. It is from her, but it feels like it's not old, fresh almost. And as you're reading the letter, Tofu looks at you and goes, "So I think that we should take them to the place, and we should challenge the Broadbreakers, no? They are victorious, yes, and then there are tribesmen, so why not challenge them on our own ground? We take the townspeople, we put them inside of the place of safety, and then, the rest of us, we go and fight them. Because, as they say, they are here for worth and so on, and your old compatriot Yasai did in fact have a stumbling with them, did he not?"
But yes, but I think we need to have more time to prepare to actually challenge them.
No. I will aid you. And me and my friend here. And he kind of bumps Maxwell on the shoulder. We'll stand tall with you. Both of us fighting these orcs like the bad people that they are. Who dare attack a town out of valiance? Pah! Disgust, I say. So, are you ready, Lane, to take the mantle of hero and kill these vile creatures?
We can't do that
I-
right now.
I agree. We need to make sure these people are safe first, and they aren't going to be safe here.
Oh, well, why not take him to the
Also,
structure?
hold on. No. I am not letting this go. How did you get this letter?
Oh, I was given it by the elf man after the tournament. He said it was strictly for your eyes only. You got some weird history with him, no?
I'm gonna spit on the letter and crumple it up.
Oh, spicy backstory, I see. Is everything alright, though? Surely he's not an enemy.
Yeah, it seems like you already know the answer to that question based on how I'm acting. I feel like you should be able to discern that, don't you think?
He, like, pokes Mortia. This went a bit touchy, no?
I don't really. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Tofu.
Oh.
Lane, what's going on?
Nothing you need to be worried about right now. Actually, wait, no. Actually, it is something you should be worried about. Do you know who Shar is?
That's a good question.
And then she
Do I know
hears
who
the
Shar
name.
is?
She steps back a little.
Can I
would
can
assume-
Oh, yeah, you can get back.
Okay, I would assume that if you know anything about gods, you know who Shar is. You know that Shar is the evil, not the Night Mother. What the fuck's her name? Oh, which one is it? She's the evil darkness lady who, obviously likes trickery, illusions, manipulation, not murder, because she's not like I mean, she's evil, but she's like a more of a like a lawful evil. She is the sister of Selune, who is the Night Mother who brings light and mysticism and like doesn't really want to be known for like killing people, but like wants to know that like at night you're safe because the light that the moon gives off and the power that it gives off. Shar's the opposite. She is everything in the night that goes bump. Every creepy crawly thing that hides in the darkness, those are her people. She loves to manipulate minds. She loves to tear people apart. She absolutely like thrives on pulling out the evil that is already inside of people.
Okay.
You can just fucking Google it, asshole.
I mean, I know that out of character. I was asking in character, do I know that?
We've talked about this like 6 times in character, so yes.
I'm just making sure. Okay, so yes, continue, Lane.
Alright, so one of her Dark Justiciars, which, if you don't know who those people are, they're like elite assassins, is working with the dragons. So we can reasonably assume that not only is the Cult of Baal working with the dragons to murder people, but so is the Shar's cult. So isn't that wonderful?
What the fuck? I don't know. I opened my fucking pocket and
How
it's
do you-
just...
You know this?
Because the person who wrote this letter is one of the Dark Justiciars, and they admitted to it.
You have a dark justiciary watching you. Oh my! It is worse than I thought. What are you doing, Lane? You can't just withhold that information from me. I mean, I could have killed him if I had known, you know?
No, I'm killing him.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, alright, but alright, but you gotta worry about the orcs first.
I don't know, I think we should evacuate the town first still. Like, I would like to point out that not only now are there orcs and dragons, but also elite assassins working together to, like,
Talk about a crazy
take over the town somehow,
combo.
presumably. I don't
I
know why
think we
else they
should
would
go
kidnap them.
talk to Harbin. I think we should go talk to Harbin.
You see that Esmeralda stands up. She wipes her face off. The wine, getting pushed off of her fur, and she sets the bottle down, puts a different cork into it to keep it closed, and she pushes some papers together and then hands them to Tofu, who then takes some of them. You can see he puts some of them in envelopes, and he puts them in his bag. And Tofu says, well, let's not get too hasty. Esmeralda, what do you think? And she says to you all, I think that right now Harbin is useless to us. He is too busy right now keeping care of the sick and doing his best to maintain the rations and make sure that the injured do not get hurt any further. I think the best plan of action is to evacuate, but we don't have anywhere to go. You cannot simply walk into Neverwinter and ask for access. 100 refugees, as I suppose you could call us, cannot simply walk into Neverwinter without the right identification or without the right permission from Lord Neverember. And until these letters get a response lane, we cannot just leave. There's nowhere else safer than that old structure. If you'd like, we can do our best to batten down the hatches, as the pirates say, and reinforce what buildings we have with what little metal we do have. But until something happens, either it's more resources or help arrives, we're good as dead anywhere we go. Being out in the wild will not change that. It will only allow more danger to come our way. So what say you as a response to our predicament?
Right, Esmeralda, I understand. We can clear out the fortress, but I want you to promise that as soon as you get word from Neverwinter on whether or not it's alright to go over there, that you leave when you can. Alright? Because it is not safe here, and I have the feeling that whatever the dragon wants, he will know where you are, and he will find this place again. So, as soon as you can, get everyone back up to Neverwinter, and once it's safe, return to Phandalin, okay?
Upon my life as a lion's shield, you have not any worry. I will defend this town with my last breath. All I ask is that you do the same. And you see that she puts her hand out.
Oh, I guess I shake it.
And as you do so, she pulls you in close, and like for a hug, but it's hard because one of her arms is fucked up. And as she pulls you in close, she says, I know that we are all losing in this time, but please, callous yourself not towards the weak. Callous yourself towards the fight ahead. And then she lets you back up a bit, and then you see that she tears off her necklace of Lathander, and she just lets it hang right out in front of you all, and just letting it hang for a moment, she speaks a prayer in Elven, and it's very simple. By Lathander's light, please guide those virtuous enough to upon the correct path. By your divine being, we know that all will be set right. And then afterwards, you see that the symbol actually does glow for a moment. And then after a couple of seconds, it stops. And then she then puts it down on the table in front of you all, and she says, then it is settled. We will make haste. We will begin packing things as soon as we can, and Tofu will be on his way out. I bid thee all, make haste. Find us sanctuary, even if only for a few days. As soon as we can, we will find safety, and as soon as we're able, we will return and reclaim what is our home. After that, she turns around, she yells some shit in some language y'all don't recognize, a very guttural, almost kind of like a half roar, but it just doesn't sound like words. And then you see a couple of dwarves and gnomes come out carrying things, and they all say comment like, understood, ma'am, got it, and then they begin hustling and bustling. And then Esmeralda turns back to you all and she goes, all right, time to put the plan in motion, they say. And she begins to pull out some more empty papers and just begins writing just things along the lines of, okay, this is what Team Guardrail's gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Everybody get ready to get the fuck out of town. If you can, go speak with Neverwinter. If you know any other sort of contact outside of that, ask them for help. She is essentially getting ready to get everybody in town ready. And as she's writing, a moment or two goes by after her prayer, and in the midst of her writing, she looks up and she goes, "Well, what are you waiting for? Make haste, and Tofu, stop lollygagging." And you see that he is just like, seems to be scratching his ear for a second, looks at his nails, and he goes, "Huh? Oh, yes, letters, importance. Well, I wish you all the best of luck. Lane, you owed me a bottle of wine, by the way." And then he begins to run out, just completely, just full bucket.
Bye, Tofu. Stay safe. Alright, let's fucking... I don't know, let's go, I guess.
You guys want to go to the, Townmaster's Hall and just see...
Snoop around a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
on board with
we're
that.
going to do the Axe Home quest, is what everyone's saying.
Yeah, probably, but we should probably go to the Townmaster's Hall before we do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super...
Okay. To the Town Master's Hall ye go. As you guys head across the street, or I guess it is a street or the path. The Town Master Hall, the job board, just gone. Just completely, just a pile of rocks and rubble. The entire ceiling of the Town Master Hall has a huge hole in it that looks like you could fit a dragon inside of. And the front door itself is also just a huge hole, completely carved out of it. Various spikes of ice or spears of ice seem to be sticking in and out of the building at odd, obtuse angles, be it in the corners or pillars or walls, windows, etc. And so, as you guys make your way in for the first time, you notice that the entrance is just a small little lobby room. It has a desk, or it has a little circular desk about 30 feet into it, with a couple of chairs and benches sitting not in rows, but lined up against the walls on both the left and the right side, kind of like a long elongated hallway. And then as you are walking through it, the stained glass that would have been on the ceiling is destroyed. You can see the glass broken on the ground, depictions of what looks to be like knights or mages, old heroes you're assuming, and even occasional gods, be it Lathander, Selune, Sylvanas, and so on, but of course destroyed. So littering the ground with other rubble. And then as you get to the actual desk, you see what seems to be a body, a small elf, womanly, about 4.5 feet tall, with a large spear of ice sticking through her chest as she sits in a chair slumped forward. Beautiful gray hair, pale, beautiful skin, but nonetheless lifeless, sitting at the desk. You can see other signs of entrance. A couple of broken swords and axes lay about the ground. But in this, next to this girl, you see a flag in red with a black axe stuck straight into the ground, just protruding there. And looking behind it, you can see this double doors that have been broken down, about 12 feet tall. Look to be very heavy wood with some iron reinforcements. And as you enter through them, you see what at least seems to be like a large library, just maybe like 200 by 200 feet wide, maybe 150 feet tall, a couple staircases in each corner that spiral upwards, and then just rows of books with a simple half moon desk in the middle with a large ornate chair that is now destroyed, sitting in the middle of it. Books, papers strewn everywhere. But notably, you don't see any other bodies. You don't notice any other blood, no armor, no other weapons in this actual main hall. What you guys want to do?
Can I go up the stairs?
Yeah, you can go up to the 3rd floor. Which one do you want to go to?
I might as well start at the top and work my way down from there.
Okay. As you go up to the 3rd floor, you note that anything close to the ceiling or the giant hole in the ceiling is damaged. Books, whatever it may be. But there are a couple of areas that aren't damaged. You see, medicine, the history of Phandalin, things like that all seem to be mostly untouched. Things that are around the perimeter, so closest to the walls and windows and such. Well, yes, a couple of them are broken, and there are some windows that are destroyed and some debris that has obviously crushed some of the rows. Most of the information in books up here seem to be just kind of like how to farm or how to go fishing, or like what kind of alchemical recipes help for like what kind of sickness, or this year of Phandalin blah blah blah, or like some sort of like encyclopedia of the Neverwinter Woods.
Can I take the book of alchemical recipes?
So there's like 500 of them, but yeah, you could grab a couple. They all seem to be things you've kind of already come across. Some cooking recipes, a couple of potions, and it's not. As you look at some of them, you notice that some of the things in the contents of these books are just variations of potions and recipes you already know. It's just, oh, well, if you don't have this, you can use X, Y, and Z. So if you're in a location where you wouldn't normally have certain recipes, certain alchemical supplies, but you have these supplies, you could do substitutions, or maybe if this medicine isn't working because of this reason or because of a magical reason, well, maybe you could apply these things to them.
Okay, so I already know it, so I probably don't need the books then.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Roll me a
probably
perception check, though.
You could tell the apothecary about this so she can just get
Oof.
rid of it.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. So far, you don't really notice anything different, nothing interesting, nothing that you don't already.
I'm gonna pass to Bryle. Let her have her thing.
Hi, Bryle.
Hey. So out of character, does it look like the damage is mainly from the dragon or from orcs, or?
Roll me perception.
Okay.
I can answer that for you. So it looks like most of the damage is, you could assume, from the dragon. It doesn't look like there was really any, like, you don't think that a group of orcs could have broken down these double doors by themselves at all. Maybe the front door, but that's about it. And
Okay.
most of the other structural damage looks to be from large objects, not like, oh, they threw rocks through the windows or they shot it with a kid. No, it looks like this dragon put a giant fucking hole through the top somehow and broke the doors from the outside inward. So a lot of the damage doesn't seem like someone's been walking around and like tearing things off the walls or pulling books down. It looks like something happened to this thing very quickly and caused enough damage for them to have space, and that's about it. Not that they were here to destroy this, but that they wanted to get access to it.
Okay. So, I feel like when we were talking to Esmeralda, she got my thieving, spidey senses tingling kind of thing going on. So,
Ooh,
I kind of want to look and see, like, if I were trying to rob this place, like, I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. Like,
Where would you go for the valuable
not
stuff?
what would I...
Yeah, where
yeah,
do you
not
think...
necessarily like what would I take, but like what is missing, almost kind of.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see how I can do it. Okay, there's a couple ways to do this. That's... I don't hate this train of thought. I actually like where you're going with this. Roll me... Okay. Okay, tell me first or second floor.
I'll do first.
Roll me an investigation check. And I'm gonna give you an advantage on this because it definitely sounds like you know what you're looking for.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. So you said second floor. Well, okay, it doesn't really matter. So,
Okay.
you're looking around and you're going, okay, well, why the fuck would the dragon be here? So you go to the elf body, and unfortunately they are deceased. But you look at what's on the desk, and you notice a couple of things that stick out. First one, addendum of Lagenthrel. The name that you heard in relation to what Esmeralda was talking about earlier with the wells. And then a few other counts, one of them being the etymology of mountains. So like what kind of creatures live there, what kind of terrain to expect, what kind of plant life, things of that nature. And then another one, which is Tales of Phandalin. And as you look at the front, you see that it is actually the name on the front is Tofu. It is straight up a book written by Tofu. And as you're looking through it, you notice that this page or this book was published over 175 years ago. And as you look at the rest, you can see that they're much newer. The etymology of the mountains seem to be maybe 20 years. The stories of Phandalin and Langwerthal seem to be maybe 30 years old. But this one, written by Tofu, like 107. That's okay. Got it. And it is his name and not like a published book with binding, like handwritten every single page with some handwritten not notation, but handwritten pictures and stuff, but in the format of a published book. So it's got proper binding and a leather cover and all that, but it's very much journalistic. And so you grab it and you're flipping through it, and it's kind of just stuff that you already know about Phandalin. The kind of people that have lived here, talks about some of the times that it's been destroyed, some of the creatures it's fought. A recent addition was a manticore, apparently was around Adabra Gwyn. And then a couple of other ones talk about how Neverwinter doesn't really like fuck with them. And then as you get to like the last couple pages, you notice a lot of torn pages that are just missing. And the last dated page was from about 2 weeks ago. And looking around the desk, you also notice a singular note sitting on a tiny little what's the word I'm looking for? A tiny little bottom shelf underneath the front area of this desk, hidden under what seems to be like a sword of some sort, some rusty iron weapon, just kind of precariously just like leaned up against it. Like maybe this woman was gonna use it for defense, but like how defensive or how useful is a rusted weapon gonna be? And so you pull the page out and you see that is actually a note, and it's very just like a trifold note, nothing complicated, not in an envelope or anything, no signage on the outside. And as you get it, you see that it says at the top, "Dear Tofu, I write you this note with the best hopes, with the best hopes in mind that the information that you're seeking will come to light. I know it has been way too long since we have tried to restore peace, but I am assuming that my dearest students and you will be able to set things right. I have failed many times. I am hoping that this power does not fall into the wrong hands. the legend of Lang Thrall has to end somewhere. Be it through fire or through chaos or peace, I do not know. And so I entrust you with this map and hope that you can find the solution. And then underneath it, you can see it is just 4 letters. A-R-T-Y. With a little line underneath it. And it says, best regards.
Okay.
Now, as you taking in this in, you know, reading the note and so on, looking at the various books on the page, you do see that there is in fact a sorting list of books and such, kind of like on the table, like a large book, or I could say binder or filing thing, of pretty much everything that is in this library. So if you would like to, you can take the time to go through and see what is missing and what is not.
It's like a huge library.
Yeah, there's about a couple tens of thousands of books. Obviously, many of them are destroyed now and all over the place, but
Yeah.
let me see what the guesstimation is. It would take a couple days to sort through and figure out what books is here and what book is not here.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Can I take that book and just like quickly run it over to Esmeralda when we're done here?
Which one?
The one that like identifies all of the books.
Yes, you can. Yeah. I'm assuming that you'll grab that big one and just kind of like shut it and then just put the straps together on it because it is belted. You know, it's like a 10,000 page book or whatever. But yeah, you could definitely just like hold on to it now. Do you want any of the books that were left on the desk?
Yes, can I take all of those?
Yes. I'm just gonna message you these.
Thank you.
Of course. And then alright, there's all 3 of them for you. Hi, baby. Hi, kitty, Weenie. You're so cute. Okay. All right. So group, as you guys are seeing, she is. When you guys walk into the Town Master's Hall, you get into the library, we'll call it. You can see Thistle begins flying off towards the top, and begins kind of going around some of the various rows of books. You guys then see Brio. She takes a look around, kind of tapping her finger on her chin before she walks over to the front desk, and she looks at a couple of books, flips through one of them, turns and looks through a giant book, and then takes a step back for a second, looks around at the scene, and then you see that she like kind of disappears underneath the desk before she comes out with a small letter, opening it to her and reading it to herself, before then she shuts the large book and then grabs one of the books off the table, putting the Tofu's knowledge, or sorry, not one of them, but grabbing all 3 and putting them into her bag, and then shutting the large book itself. What would the rest of you like to do?
I would have read the letter out loud.
Oh, all right, perfect.
So you guys
Gotcha,
know.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
This is
assuming
very
the library is.
interesting.
Crazy. Why are we dogging over each other?
You go first.
Every time.
No, that's all I was saying. So
I don't even know what you said.
Okay.
Okay.
Assuming the library is like organized at all. I would like to find if there's any more information on the... What was the well called? Like, Lorganther?
Liganthrall. Okay. So,
Liganthrall.
before Bryle shuts this giant book of books, you like walk over right before she's about to clasp it closed, and you look for this. You look for areas that might have an L or like this name, and you don't really come across anything. You should find some things for Lathander. So then you swap to, like, I don't know, maybe what kind of books would be around the area. So you look at like encyclopedias or something along the lines of just like general knowledge of an area, and you do come across a couple of interesting books. One of them noted as The Lost Mines of Phandalin, and it said that there's only 3 books, 1, 2, and 3, like chapter 1, 2, and 3, and that they're like in like a weird spot, second story, in like the middle of kind of like everything, but not really next to anything. It's just like its own standoffish set of books. And then you see a couple of other ones that one of them is like The Life of Lathander. But other than that, you don't really find anything else that has an L name or has anything to do with this name that you heard.
Is the fortress a mine? Did Esmeralda mention that?
No. She just said it was a dwarven fortress called Axholm. And you do see a couple of books written or that have the name or titled Axholm, and some of them are just like stories of Axholm. One of them is the dwarves of Axholm. Another one is like the lost what was it called? Oh, the Great Kingdom of Axholm, and so on.
I feel like it would be metagaming if I took the Lost Mines of Phandalin books, but
You want to go see what it says?
yeah, sure.
Okay. So you look and see like what row, what area, blah blah blah, and then you give Bryle a little thumbs up and head off as she closes the book, and you go look for it. And you go and find this book, and it's like laying on the ground off of its off of the shelf amongst other books. And as you're looking around, you notice there's only one of these books here. The other 2 aren't here. And specifically, this is only the 2nd chapter. And like you kind of look around, you kick some books out the way. You try to like move maybe some chairs or some papers, but no, you cannot find any other of these books. And so, kind of just settling with what you got, you look into the book and you see that, in fact, it talks about Phandalin, and it takes place 25 years before the current time. And this chapter specifically talking about the miners' exchange, gems, and a forge. And like you don't want to peer through all of it, so you're kind of like skimming through, and something catches your eye, a picture of a well sitting in the middle of a pool of water, with various cave systems kind of drawn haphazardly, like a bunch of caves connecting to this little central room with a well in the middle, water surrounding it, and it says The Lost Mine of Lathander. And as you go through the next couple pages reading it, it says that this is an old mine that was apparently able to harness the power of wild magic. Not like magic that just randomly... No, magic that exists throughout the world as natural phenomena. And that apparently, legends has it that people would take weapons, or they would take armor, weapons, tools, trinkets, and they would put it inside this well, and if given the correct blessing, you would receive something from this well. But it then goes on to tell you about how This mine has been lost for thousands of years, and it's just hearsay. Nobody knows where it's at or where it came from, and for the most part, it's just kind of a legend that miners and dwarves will tell each other to keep digging. Like, oh, well, if you don't keep digging, you never know. Are you gonna come across the lost mine, or things of like that nature to kind of incite each other to keep adventuring, to keep pursuing the possibility of greatness by just pushing forward. And even though there hasn't really been any word of whether or not this place exists, a lot of people talk about how they've had miners who have had enchanted weapons or enchanted picks that, oh, it's so tough, you could strike the hardest material in the world and it'll never break, or an axe that is able to fell any wood in the world and has never been cracked, or armor that has never splintered against any type of metal. Things that kind of legend instead is told. But for the most part, the book is just kind of like amalgamations of stories about this and wild depictions and less solid concrete information.
Hey, Bryle, you said that Tofu was looking into the lost mines, right? Or the well?
I don't. What's the well called?
Lag? What was it? I don't know how to pronounce these fucking fantasy names. How was it pronounced again?
Yeah, I got you.
Lythanic Grill?
I
Magic
don't,
one that Esmeralda mentioned?
I don't think it's the same thing. Drago, you can tell me if it's
You don't know.
sounds the same.
Okay. It does sound it. Okay. It one for one is the exact same name from the letter.
Oh, okay. That is not how I wrote it down. Okay. Then yes, he is, maybe.
It's okay.
Oh,
That's
shit.
why
Okay.
That's why I typed this out for y'all.
This complicates things a lot. So, the first two books of this are missing. I can probably presume that they would have similar information on the lost mines.
Is he cooking? Is he cooking?
If Artie was kidnapped... Alright, I'm just gonna say all this in character. Alright, so we know Artie was kidnapped. Presumably the guy who wrote the letter to Tofu and was the town master.
Let it go.
Right?
Nope. Artie is not the town master. He's not the town master. Just letting you know right now. It's not the town master. It's just whoever wrote the note.
Oh, okay. So it was a note to Tofu.
Yep.
It's a mysterious note that the town master had.
Yep.
Was the map attached or the map was not there?
The map was not there.
Okay.
Alright, so Tofu knows about the well and presumably the lost mines. The town master was supposedly looking into this for some reason. The dragon took the town master and a bunch of the books on the well on where to locate
There you go.
them to.
Okay.
So
he's cooking.
If I'm gathering all this information correctly, I think we can somewhat safely assume that the reason the dragon invaded and destroyed a bunch of buildings and shit was because it wanted to locate the well.
Hey, he's cooking.
And I guess get its power or something.
There you go. Okay. He got the plot. The subplot is real.
So
if the dragon would get the power of the well, it would be like a god.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, we need to find Tofu, I think.
And he just went to deliver more letters, right?
Yeah, he is on his way to Neverwinter.
Great. Cool.
It ain't that easy, girls. It ain't that easy.
I don't know if we're gonna catch him because we've been here.
Can I continue digging around in the top part?
Hold
Can I
on.
just move stuff around?
Are you done, Lane?
I think Oh man, I don't want to split the party, but I really should tell Esmeralda about all this, like right now.
Well, I need to go over there. But I was gonna wait till everyone was done in case people needed the book.
Anybody else want to do anything before y'all go talk to Esmeralda?
Yeah, I'm gonna dig around.
Okay, where do you want to dig around?
I'm still on the third story. So I want to start moving some of the rubble out of the way, just so if I can see if there's anything interesting that catches my eye.
Nope, it's just a bunch of broken shelves and books strewn about.
What about on the second floor?
He said nice look there. Lamau. Okay. Second floor, roll me an investigation. I just...
No.
Whew. Okay. That sucks. I'm sorry. So looking through the
I
second...
see that she's struggling.
Yeah, so as you're like looking around, as you guys are, Brio, you're looking at the notes and so on, and you're speaking out loud as you talk about this note. You and Lane begin speaking about it. Mortia kind of chilling, hanging out. You notice that almost like as fast as she can, Thistle is just like kind of zipping back and forth between the various bookshelves on the second and third floor, and then you hear like a sigh of frustration, and you see a couple books just get thrown out into the center, smacking a couple shelves, and notably a couple of what are they called, like braziers, like like metal bowl that holds fire. Get out of my Go, Beanie. Stop it. You're fucking with my feet. Sorry. As she knocks one of those down, you guys see another shelf falls. And on the outside, like the signage or the embroidery on the shelving to tell you what it is tribal history of the Sword Coast. And for a second, you like stop and you look at it out of frustration. And then, Brio, you pointed out, you're like, wait, check that shelf. And so in your frustration, you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? And you look over at Thistle, and you see that there are various books on the tribes nearby, from Neverwinter all the way down to Baldur's Gate. And there are a couple of them. Some of them are about the Lion Shields. You see, like, the first couple books are like, where did they come from, why they're here. You see some other ones like some elven tribes, you see a couple of lizard folk tribes, and then noticeably you see one, and it's a singular book, the only one of its kind, The Breaking of the Orcish Tribes. And it is an old dusty ass book that when you open it, you see the dust kind of flies out. And as you're looking through the contents, it describes various tribes of orcs, the Gruk-Thangs, the great fishermen of the south who used to hang out in the trenches and marshes of the water deep, in the Mare of Dead Men, who supposedly would hide in the murky water and pull unsuspecting warriors down. Talks about some of the mountainous tribes, those who used to put paint to make their skin look gray so they could hide better in the mountains. You see some that talk about the Grangnar, who are these esteemed hunters of the Neverwinter woods. But all of these are they're very old, hundreds of years ago. Nothing really sticks out. But then you get to the very last, maybe 50 to 30 pages, and it talks about how there is this annual thing that a lot of these tribes will do, where they will go and challenge the other tribes. And whoever is the strongest tribe will gather all of the other tribes and conglomerate into a singular one, and they will then change their entire lifestyle and cultural belief system based off of the winning tribe. And it is said that the reason that they do this is because not for power, not to become the strongest, but to continue the survival of the orcs in the Sword Coast. because they are very unlike the many tribes outside of the Sword Coast. They do not believe in devoting themselves to one god. They do not believe in following a singular thing as their way of life. They believe in being powerful. They believe in being honorable and worthy and trustful. And no matter what, above all else, they fight for the people and the code. And then, the very last page, it's ripped out. And you can see that the page before it describes, these are the various ways that you can make a declaration of war and conquering. And says, in order to know what that is, read the rest of the book. And instead of there being a page scratched into it very roughly with what looks to be a dagger, it's a symbol of a black axe. But it seems to be very old. Bailey, if you don't get the fuck out of my shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just relay all that information to them.
Oh.
And she says, yo, some fucked up shit happened. Hey, look at this symbol. And she holds the book up, which is about half her body's side, and you guys can see this etched symbol of an axe on the back page, or the back binding, or whatever you would like to call it.
Oh god damn it, we're so fucked.
Yeah, and we just promised to maybe deal with all of this crap.
So
Hey,
I'm
we
assuming
will.
we should bring this book to Esmeralda as
Still
well.
believe in us.
Yes, I think we should bring this book as well.
Alright, anybody else want to hang out in the library?
No, I don't think there's anything I would glean out of a library in Phandalin.
Okay. Alright, so you guys head back to the Lion Shield Coster with your findings, books in tow, note in tow, and you bring it towards Esmeralda, who has less papers. You can tell that she's gotten some of these things out, and as you guys put the information in front of her, she looks at you and goes, well, I'll be damned. Looks like Thanagril's being chased by more than just ourselves. Well, we were given this note. I say we. I should say the town master from Tofu over 10 years ago. So I'm surprised to see that it's still here. But if it still remained there, that means that it was something that they even gleamed over. And you tell me that 2 out of these books of the 3 were gone, Lane. I wonder what those 2 held.
Yeah.
I don't know about the first one. I never really read... I mean, I didn't really read a lot of history books in my time. And the librarian, was she there?
Who is
This she had passed.
An elf woman
She, like,
with gray hair.
slams her good hand on the desk. Damn it! Yes, she would have been the one who could have given us these answers. Or at least told us what is contained in these books. I have an idea. I'll tell you what. I'm going to procure a Speak with Death scroll. And we will put her body in a state of stasis if we can. And as soon as we can...
Wait, don't we have a True Resurrection scroll?
You have one?
I don't.
believe we do, don't we?
I think
Didn't we have
this
one
will
from
have
earlier?
it. Yeah.
You guys did,
Yes,
but I
You have a thing. Blaine specifically has a thingy.
I don't know who has it, but somebody has it.
Yeah, because the monk gave it to us, and then we almost fought over it.
Yeah, Karn didn't want you guys to use it. So I think Lane has it, but she says, well, if we could speak with her upon her death, we could glean information from that. But if you have a spell of true resurrection, well, I could solve our problems here, and we could find out what we're looking for. Do you happen to have it upon you?
Okay, I don't have it in
If
my
I
inventory. I could have sworn that.
Out of character, I'm pretty sure it was Thistle who had it, because I know Karn tried to take it, because the whole thing, like, he didn't want, like, the dead being, like, desecrated. I'm pretty sure it is Thistle who has it. Either Thistle or Karn. I thought it was Thistle who
I think we
definitely
didn't let
not
Karn
Karn.
have it.
No, because Karn
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
one who didn't want it. Karn was the one who fought against it. Well, whoever has it, she don't really matter because I consider, you guys all have it. She tells you, well, that if you can, put her body in a respectful place and make sure she's not too injured, and then we could bring her back. And if doing so, we could glean information from this.
Well,
What do you mean
I
by
think
True resurrection would.
injured?
Well, I assume that if she is having any, dire injuries such as losing her head or arm, you can't just revive somebody with an injury and it just doesn't fix them,
Wait, no, hold on.
Oh, she had a giant spike through her.
I'm sorry.
An ice spike.
Oh, was it one of those?
Yeah.
Blasted.
Um,
Then we'll have to wait for her for Fiona to get to town before we can even solve that issue. Well, all right then. New
So
plan.
Fire wouldn't melt you?
No,
I have
we've already
a good
tried that.
bonfire.
We've put torches to it. It seems as if this ice is unmeltable. We don't know if this is natural magic or not, and we fear that trying to temper with it, well, it's like mixing potions. You might end up doing more harm than good. But I tell you what, as soon as Fiona's here, I can speak with her and we can try our best to dissolve these spears of ice. And if we're successful, with your permission, of course, I would like to use this Tome of True Resurrection to bring her back.
Yeah. And I don't think we need to worry about injuries or anything, because True Resurrection, closes the wounds and, completely heals a person.
Correct. But
I
what
mean,
if...
she's still impaled. I don't
Yeah,
think
what
we
if
can,
she's...
un-
Yeah, people forget about that. If she's still impaled, that will still fuck her up.
And
so...
I don't know if we can just pull her off, or she's frozen to it. We didn't
and also,
inspect the
fire in a
body.
library, probably not the best idea.
They're
That's true.
learning!
We don't
Yes!
want the Library of Alexandria too.
Okay.
Fucked
Esmeralda,
up. Me too.
if you have anyone, I know everyone's in not the best shape, but if you have anyone who's in good shape and looking for things to do, maybe people who, need something to do or they'll get in trouble, maybe they could go and inventory the books that are left and not burned, because that also might be helpful.
You're very correct, seeing as how you think, from the evidence, it proves that they were here for something. Alright. Okay. Here's the new plan. She grabs another scrap piece of paper and begins writing some stuff down. I will send for a few of our scouts to come back, those who have been speaking with Falcon lately, and I will have them... I will have them go straight to the Townmaster's Hall and begin purveying through what we have and what we don't have, so that way we can at least narrow down what is missing and what is not. In the meanwhile, I will have word sent back out to fucking Tofu. Asshole's a little bit too fast for me. And I will have him come back with the information, or at least try to give us more info on this. In the meantime, if you would be fine with parting, I will take the Tome of Resurrection, or True Resurrection, so that way when Fiona gets here, we can use that as an avenue of a solution. See if what we can't glean from our librarian. And in the meantime, you all go and find Axholm for us. Make sure that it is habitable, and as soon as we can, we'll start making moves.
Out of
Sounds
character
like a
question.
Good plan. Yeah.
As we are leaving Phandalin, can I stop and actually investigate the fairy ring?
Remind me when you leave Phandalin.
Okay.
Alright. Sounds like a plan. What do you all think?
There
I
is...
think that's
I do have a few concerns. So, Tofu is the one with the most knowledge on the whole thing, right? Presumably.
It's presumed. Well, Maybe. He did have a teacher. Him and Fiona. She had the same mentor. But I assume that
Wait,
they
who was
both...
the teacher?
Oh, his name was Artemis, as they were, at least that's what we knew him as. An old wizard from the old days.
Do you know where Artemis is?
Well, he's dead. He's been dead for hundreds of years now.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you made it sound like he was alive. Like, considering you said, like, he had a teacher, you know.
Have you ever heard of
I guess.
chronomancy, Lane?
No, not really.
I will have Fiona
I have.
update you with that information as soon as she can. Needless to say, Fiona and Tofu were, how you say, frozen in time of sorts. The details are murky. We just know that it was a very similar magic to the ice that has impaled our city. So we know that there is some connection there. We just don't know what it is. So
And that's why Tofu is like hundreds of years old, apparently.
that's what he says, but he couldn't be any younger than 20 years.
We have a book from like 170 years ago, written by him.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
Ryle.
Okay. Yeah, here's the book.
She looks at it and
Well, we need the book back.
she looks a little confused. And she does read through and she goes, "Oh, you aren't lying. This is astonishing. How have we never come across this before?" And then she gets to the final pages.
I think there's a lot of hidden things back in that library.
Yeah.
What was that town master hiding from us? All right.
That being said, we do need the book desperately.
Yes.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I feel it is safer in your care than obviously this city, which is very, very susceptible to destruction. Okay, I will have my scouts head to the library as soon as we can. What other
There is
concerns
two
did you have?
concerns I have. So
Oh,
first,
I haven't. Oh. You can go, Lane.
you go ahead.
Okay,
okay.
I have an out of
Um,
character question, so you go.
Oh, out of character. Okay. Okay. First,
It's in character, so this is fine.
if Tofu knows is the living person with the most knowledge on this subject, and the town master was looking into that knowledge and knows Tofu has the most knowledge, I worry that the dragon who kidnapped the town master will tell the dragon that Tofu knows the most, and that means Tofu might be attacked by a dragon relatively soon.
Well, shit, you actually put out a good point. God damn it, I didn't think I was gonna have to do this right now. And you see that she pulls out a lockbox from like out of fucking nowhere, just like leans over, disappears, pulls it out, and she grabs this little red circle and this little red gem, and she throws it on the ground. Poof, like a little smoke bomb goes off. And then you see in front of you this woman in beautiful green black robes, very elegantly, but very sturdy looking leather, with a tiara with a blue gem on the middle, and a beautiful long orange hair in a braid, ponytail style on her back. You see that she lands like almost out of nowhere, but in her hands you see what looks to be like a fireball, like an orb of fire shoots out the front door. As you hear her, she goes, "Ah! What? Damn it, Esmeralda! This was the worst time that you could summon me! This better be fucking important!" And Esmeralda goes, "Fiona, calm down. What? I was just fighting a goddamn dragon, and now Tofu's all on his own. Do you know what the fuck you just did?"
Shit!
Where am I? Who the fuck
That's
are
why
you?
we summoned
Wait! Team Conrad, what are you doing here?
We thought Tofu was going to get attacked by
But
a
now
dragon.
we should probably send you back with
Yeah,
us.
can we send her back?
No, it's a one-way portal! It doesn't work like that! God damn it! And you see that she she pulls a book out of her hands and she flips through a couple pages. Solome, Toramate, Kenaro! And then a portal appears and you see Tofu falls out of the ceiling. Fiona, why did you leave me? There was a goddamn dragon. Oh, hi. How's it going, everyone? Woo.
Okay,
Talk about in the
Tofu,
nick of time.
Dragon is hunting you for your knowledge on the well.
What?
Okay, what? Dragon, well, one at a time. One at a time. And you see that the woman Fiona,
Are you okay,
like,
Mr. Tofu?
she turns and she, like, kicks a fucking table and it just obliterates as it smashes into the wall. And you can see that she is pissed as she shoots another fireball out the window. And then Tofu, he gets up. You notice that the satchel he's wearing is gone, but he's got some ice on his fur, some snow that he wipes off, some blood that he wipes off of his chin. And he sits up and Esmeralda just totally done with this shit, has then sat back in her chair and has with her one arm in her mouth pulled the cork out of her wine bottle and is taking some sips. And then Fiona looks towards you all, or looks towards you, Esmeralda, in the group, and goes, "This better be fucking important. Oh, you all saved my life. There was a white dragon chasing us on our way to Neverwinter. Oh, whew. Okay. What did you say about the dragon in the well?
The dragon can't track you, right?
I don't know. Can you track a rabbit who swims?
Yes.
But how would you do that? The rabbit doesn't give off footprints in water. What creature do you know that puts footprint in water?
I don't have to worry about the
I guess
water.
you
I
can
just
track
have to
walk
get
on
the other
water.
side of the river.
In the water, right? Okay, look, that's beside the point. Look, here's the deal. A dragon is hunting you because you have knowledge on the well. The town master was looking into the well to try, for some reason or another, and knows that you have the most knowledge on it. And so when the dragon kidnapped the town master presumably told the dragon about you, and now the dragon's hunting you so it can go and find the well to become extremely powerful. And okay, second concern. I think the dragon is wanting people to go and search for the well, and I think that's why it dropped off the courier at our feet earlier, because it knew we would have to go and look for it in order to gain power to defeat it. So now we're kind of in a arms race to find the well before the dragon does, and hopefully not accidentally lead it to the well first.
You see Fiona walks up to the desk and she's like looking at the evidence you guys have, and she sees the note, she sees the journal written by Tofu, and she just like picks it up, goes to the past couple pages, and then turns and she just fucking straight haymakers the shit out of Tofu. Just and you see that he like crumples. He's like, oh dear God, Fiona, I did what the hell? You son of a bitch. And then she turns to the group, and you can see that she pulls her finger back into place and like flexes her hand. Okay.
Hot.
Let me compartmentalize this really quick. Tofu is useless. This fucking idiot lost his memory 5 years ago and has still not been able to attain it. All I know was that he got into a fight with a warlock, and now he has no memory of the last 15 years of his life. So, that being said, nobody knows what he knows, and neither does he. Why have been... Oh, this is just...
That sounds like what happened to me.
And she just like grabs his book and like throws it at him as he's like crumpled on the ground, and he like stands up, wipes the blood away from his nose, and like looks at it, and as he's like reading through it, it doesn't look like he's ever seen this book in his entire fucking life at all. Like more curiosity versus any sort of like nothing stirring his memory. Like this is, oh wow, I've never read this book before, let me read it. And as he's doing so, you can see that he's taking his time with each page. She turns to the group again and goes, I have been trying my best to get this man to remember anything, and now you're telling me that he knows about the well that we're searching, which means that somebody else out there knows about it. Now, that being said, not literally, like you can't steal the memory and then preserve that information into your own. but something has his memory core, and that tells me that he's kind of useless. Okay.
Does anyone else know
Did
about
you- Did you ever call your teacher Artie by chance?
Well, I did. But I don't know. Do you remember Artie? Our teacher? The one who brought us here? I'm pretty sure that I would remember a name like that. Like, Artie. It rings.
The note.
And as
Like
you...
ARTY.
As you bring the note forward, she looks at it and then hands it to him, and she goes, "We've read the note. There's a reason that it has been in the Town Master's Hall, because it is secure there. There was an enchantment upon the place that could only be destroyed by a powerful enough entity to even be able to access the library. After we,
Dragon?
like a dragon, yes, but not a normal dragon.
Oh, shit.
Yes,
Wait, what?
This is not a normal dragon. We were fighting him mere moments ago, and we found out he may or may not have access to magic beyond the normal comprehensions of a dragon. Some would even say that yes, he's been around for about 500 years. Word is...
5.
Yes, I know. Look, it's a long story. Short story, but long story. Artie sent Tofu here. Well, I didn't send him. He kind of froze him. And you see that she pulls out a tiny little crystal out of her pocket, very similar to the ice spiders that you guys have seen around town. She says, "We found him encapsulated in one of these. Unfortunately, the only way that he got out was because it shattered. It's as if, like, time is the only thing that causes these things to go away. There is no fire or there's no manipulation of the weave that I've done that has been able to fully break these things. So we do not know how he got here, other than that he was stuck in a river, frozen, and then probably about 10 years ago, he finally was he was finally unfrozen. And for the past 10 years, we've been doing our best to try and see what memory or what we could learn about this well. 5 years ago, he got into a fight with one of his oldest friends. Do you remember him? No, I don't. It's a little fuzzy still. Yep. Okay, whatever. Fucking useless. So, we've been doing our best to keep him low and to make sure that nobody knows about him and nobody knows about the note. Because we fear that if anyone gets this well, it could cause disastrous things. Now, he was placed side by side with this note and was put back into my care after Artie and I had spent 10 years talking and traveling. Well, more me being taught and scorned at, but that's a mentor for you. Now, what I do know is that the well is not of this world. It has been out of this plane of existence far longer than I've been alive, or far longer than this dragon has been alive. But we know that this is a reoccurring threat. Artie, as I know him, Artemis, has trained me to be able to one day be able to control chronomancy. The art of taking things out of time and repositioning them at a later or earlier date. And it seems that our friend here, Tofu, is an object of that matter. He's the only thing so far that I know comes from the same time as that dragon. So now, we were going to go to Neverwinter and get the requisition orders that he had fulfilled, but it's very clear that that's not going to work. So, what are you all doing here? And why the fuck am I here?
Well, you're here because we needed Tofu, but we're probably gonna have to take Tofu to Axhelm.
Axhelm? Oh, I see. You want to use that as a fortification. That should be fine. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's hasn't been touched by dragons in years. Well, any creature, to be honest with you. I don't even know if there's a way in anymore. There's some books on it in the library. It talks about it just kind of being an old place where dwarves would go and live. A lot of miners talked about it, but
I have that.
Don't worry, miss. We'll find some way to touch it.
well, regardless, I need you all to at least find refuge for this town. I gotta go back and tell the fucking
Well, yeah, that's
magistrates
what
all
Wyvern
about this shit.
asshole.
Oh, great. So you've already got a plan without me, Esmeralda, and you see that she's still just chugging. And then she lets it go and lets out a lot of burp. They can fill you in on it. I got
Nice.
business to attend to. And then she grabs a couple of papers and puts them in her broken arm, and then she, drinking still, just keeps walking out and just heads off to the back. Tofu looks a little confused, and then you see that he begins to look around, and he's like, "Oh no, my satchel, it's gone. Do you have my satchel?" And Fiona looks at him and goes, "No, it's lost, Tofu. You lost it when you were almost swallowed by the dragon." And he looks at him and goes, "I don't think Esmeralda's going to like to hear that. Well, I'm gonna go talk to her about getting new requisition orders. And then I'm probably gonna go down to the Stonehill Inn after this to go drink. You sound like you all got this under control. Yes? Okay. Perfect.
We
wasn't the
probably
plan
do.
to take you with us?
Well, why would I do that? I don't need to be protected." And you see that Fiona like grabs him by
Yes,
the
you
collar
do.
and goes, "And not so fast. You're going to Axholm. And this is not a question. This is not a debate. You're going to go with this group, and you're going to go to Axholm. And you're going to clear out and make sure that it is safe. And then," and she turns towards Bryle, and she comes and she hands you this little red orb, similar to what Esmeralda had. And she drops it in her hand, still holding Tofu by the scruff. "When you get there, and it is safe, drop this and you will summon me. It is a one-time use. I have only 3 of these left. So if you lose this, then you cannot contact me. And just remember, if you're going to use it, it must be when it is safe or in a dire emergency. Understand?"
I understand. I will not lose it. I'll drop it when it's safe.
Thank you. Now, Tofu, you're to remain in their custody, and I swear if I find out that you are elusive towards them or cause them any problems, I will find a way to wring your neck. You just see that she like pinches her nose, irritation spread. This is what happens when you're just too fucking good at your job. You always gotta solve the problems of everyone. Now, I have to go
I'm
study
so
this.
Sorry.
No, it's fine, dear. Do not worry. Oh, Lord, you have evil within you. My God, what are you bringing upon this world? Why does it have to be towards my existence? And you can see that she's just like speaking openly towards the sky. You know, a crackle of lightning kind of hits in the background, a low growl, and she kind of like winces for a second and goes, "By gods."
I did not choose people like this. I'm sorry.
Well, let me at least get a good look. An elf? A fairy? A fairy? A shadow touched? You're not quite human. And another elf. You know, I have seen worse compatriots together. There was this one time when I watched this moon elf absolutely obliterated a shop in Neverwinter. Should have seen what her reaction was when they put her in the jails.
Oh my god.
Well, I fear that if
Shoulder campaign.
it's a reference, all right. Well, I fear that if we were doomed, we would have been dead by now. And since he has a weird way of working things, I'm sure it'll all turn out for the best. All right, you all have your tasks upon you. I have my own task upon me. Can I get that tome of resurrection by chance?
Who asked that?
Why?
Fiona.
I mean, we should probably hand it to her.
She looks
For
at
the
you.
library lady?
Yeah, she looks at you, Lane, and goes, "Of course, to bring back the librarian."
Wait, I thought you weren't there for that.
No, but have you ever heard of a sending
We
stone?
told her.
Oh, okay.
I have. You see that she pulls out like 3 of them. Esmeralda has one. The townmaster had one, but hasn't been responding. And then Barthen has another one. I have various contacts. Look. I am. Do you know what an archmage is?
Okay, good. Yeah, you can have it.
Great, thank you, fantastic. And she looks at it. She goes,
You can have it.
True,
I
what the-
understand now. Thank you.
It's. How did you even get a? I don't have enough answers for this or enough questions. I have to go. And you see that she grabs a little canteen of water. She drinks some of it, and then she just begins hurriedly running out. And then right as she gets to the door, she turns around and holds it open. Tofu, don't you fucking run away this time. And then she opens a portal and heads through it, and the door closes behind her. And then you see Tofu, he still looking around for his satchel, kind of looks a little upset, puts his hands on his shoulder as he nurses his nose that has been recently punched, and he goes, "So, I think it is time for us to begin heading out there. Maybe we get a bite to eat first."
What was in your satchel that you need so much?
Requisition orders from Esmeralda for Neverwinter.
Is there
Considering the fact
anything
that
else in there
don't
that you're
have
hiding?
a satchel,
No, not really. Well, I had some rum in there. And, I had this very beautiful serpentine ink. But, they got squished in the battle.
Can I roll insight to see if he's telling the truth?
Yeah, go ahead. He's telling the truth, but he's omitting something.
Tofu,
What?
I know you're not telling us something. What else was in the satchel that you're so worried about? Because I know it's not requisition slips, and I know it's not your fucking rum.
Are you doing
Okay, all right, fine. I lost the key. I didn't want to say it.
The key word.
Well, I don't know where it goes. I just know it was the key that had the rune on it, and it had the name. Latinaba, no. Lachnagro, no. Lefana.
No?
Lethenegrel?
Okay.
Lethenegrel.
No.
Yes, it was in. What?
Oh,
What?
Fucking
I don't.
No.
What? I don't know. What? What's wrong?
That's
Hold
the
on,
powerful
hold on.
magical well we're looking for.
hold on. Where did you
letter?
lose your satchel?
Well, I was just, I almost got swallowed by the dragon, but he ate the satchel instead.
So
ate
the dragon
the
has
satchel?
the
Dragon
Well,
has
okay. I was being taken by the dragon, and then Fiona disappeared, and the next thing you know, I'm dangling from the satchel, and then he went to go eat me, but then I here now.
Esmeralda, are you hearing this?
She's not here.
She's gone.
It's just you guys and Tofu.
Can I have my turn to punch Tofu?
you punched Tofu. Oh, what the hell? What? I thought you were supposed to be keeping me safe, not hurting me.
Tofu! That well could make the dragon basically a god.
Well, how would... No, it's not how wells work. You have to make wish.
Yes, it is!
Well, how do you
Tofu?
know?
It's a magic
You
well.
fuzzy, adorable man. You are being so dumb right now. I am not going to hit you, but I am very disappointed.
Man, you all must be very smart. You know about hidden well, and you know dragon evil. That's... How do you know
Yes,
this?
because you wrote about it.
What? I mean, it
Go
okay.
to the book,
It
Brian.
did look okay. It did
Tofu.
look like my. Okay, I will admit it did look like my handwriting, and I did note it's the same notarization that I would use. I just don't remember. Okay.
Yeah, because you lost your memory.
Yes.
Is there any way we can
Yes.
get your memory on?
Oh, you just
I'm
got to go
sorry?
find this this
I don't
black
know much
warlock
about
orc. He works with the Bloodbreakers. Yes. We got into a
So you
fight a
do-
couple of years.
What? They're
What,
cool.
they, like-
They're fine. They're good guys, no?
They like literally took your memory. It's not just like bop on the head. They like
No.
literally took your memory.
Well, I mean, we got into a knowledge fight, and I may have drank a bit and promised him that my greatest wealth, which is my knowledge, would be his.
Look. Fiona said that like memories aren't like stored anywhere. Like they can't just take it from him and get all of access to it. From what I remember, she said, right?
Oh, you're right.
As
And
long
you
as
see,
the dragon...
he pulls out a tiny little book from his fucking like some pocket on the side of his shin, and it's a chronomancy book. It is a book that depicts like how does time magic work. Like you cast specific spells to access time, to grab spells from different instances in time, to instead of causing them to activate at that point, would activate at this point. So if Fiona casts Fireball, you could technically use this book to take that cast of that Fireball and replace it in time with a current one. And you see that he flips to a couple of pages and he shows you one, and it is a memory what's it called? Memory what's it called? It's there, but it's give me a second. A memory prison device, an MPD. It is a similar to, think about like not Dark Souls. Think about Skyrim Soul Gems type of thing, where you like instead of souls from killing someone, you take an essence of someone's life and you take out the part of the weave that's in their body from their brain that contains information. So a memory, something they learned, some knowledge, and you can store it into some sort of gem or some sort of object to not like a USB holding information, but like you put a seal on something to make it disappear or to make it not exist. So it exists in its own little pocket of time. And he says, yes, this. He said, I lose, I get 10 years, he gets 5 years of me, but if I win, I get 20 years of him. And I figured, Warlock that's been around for a long time, who could lose? And then he cheated me.
Okay,
Yeah, they're kind
so whenever we are done at Axe Home and we end up pretty much summoning Fiona, we should also tell her about the fact that he lost the key.
I don't know, please don't. She's already going to be upset with me.
Tofu, this is not a matter of you anymore. This is a matter of literal life and death and having the reign of a dragon for probably thousands of years. So respectfully, I don't care about your opinion right now.
Okay, Tofu, just to be clear, the only way for them to access your memory is they give it back to you and you tell them, right?
Of course.
Okay, Tofu, are you willing
that's
to
why
not
the
to
dragon
save
wants
Count
you?
Dragons?
Am I willing to save what?
Are you willing to die to save countless lives?
Do I have to die? I'm okay, yes. I will fight for the greater good, I promise. I mean...
Lane, please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you're about to do.
I'm not going to. Tofu, promise me that if that dragon captures you, you will die before telling them anything.
I promise. On my family's old farm.
Or if considering they have like mind reading magic, if they capture you at all, die before then. Okay?
Of course.
Because otherwise, that dragon would very easily take over the world.
I didn't know dragons did that.
You are far
Well,
more
it's like
important
it's planning to.
Okay, look, the last time that I fought a dragon, okay, it was a baby dragon, and it was just a little white guy, and he was just very angry because we came across his master or something, and then they died, and he said something revenge, and it's been a while, okay? I don't
Holy shit!
What? It's been a long time! How am I supposed to remember the details?
Yes, that's exactly the point. So you're telling me that a long time ago you fought the master of a baby dragon, right? And now it's hundreds of years in the future. Do you see where I'm going with this? Maybe the dragon is all grown up and seeking revenge?
You know, that's good to be a really good story. You should write a book about that one day.
Can we please beat this guy?
No.
No.
You know what? Let's just get
No.
going. We already know what we have to do. Let's
Yeah.
just start to do it.
Yeah, let's go.
As we are leaving, I need
fantastic.
to inspect the fairy circle.
All right. So you guys get you get the 3 books back, Bryle, and the note. You can add Tofu's, or you can put letter to Tofu from Artie in your bio or inventory if you like. What else? Is there any other books that you guys haven't written down or forgot, just in case? Because I don't want you guys to walk
Wait,
out.
can we go back and look at the Axe Home books? Because we didn't look at those. And we're literally about to go there.
I thought I did take them.
He did take those, yes. He did bring the Axe Home books. Didn't read through them, but yeah, he does have them. He has one of the
No,
Oh no! Hold on. Yeah, you have the Lost Mines of Phandelver, Chapter 2, Lane.
Oh, I
And
didn't
then-
get the other books?
I noted that you knew about the books of Axholm, but I don't think you grabbed them. I will say that you go back and grab them. They just general information, so it'll tell you how old it is, the kind of dwarves that have lived there. Most of the information is just it's been a long time since anyone's been here. It does, however, have the location, so you guys can glean that. You glean that off of reading the book. And then it does tell you that there's just a main entrance, which is the front gate, which is a palisade. Other than that, it just tells you miners would come here to rest before they would go to their next expedition, or the civilization that lived here were a bunch of stouty, hardy dwarves that believed in the religious god of building, and I'm trying to remember his name off the top, and I can't, but it's the god of smithing and mining and treasure and so on. Go ahead and take that one. Just put Book of Axholm, and we'll just keep it as one.
I put Axe Home books and Lost Mines Part 2.
Perfect. And then...
There.
Okay. Okay. As you guys gather your information, you get your plan ready to go. You let Esmeralda know you guys are heading out. She then says, "Okay, I have more scouts leaving to go send more the requisitions back out to Neverwinter because Tofu fucked that up. They will be taking an alternate route to stay away from the dragon." Tofu then tells you, "We should not take the fucking road. We should probably just go straight through any stay off the Tribor Trail. Do not go on the high road because that's just open plains and he doesn't want to get caught up again." And then, as you guys are entering the exit of Phandalin, you're getting to the edge of town. You look and you notice that so far, Phandalin has a fairy ring growing around it that is about halfway complete. And it is various colors: green, blue, red, purple, yellow, orange, black, white even. Various mushrooms that at first they seem to just be sporadic in area, sometimes patchy, but the parts that are clustered are so far about a couple 100 feet thick.
Can I pick and eat one of the mushrooms?
No,
don't.
Yes,
No,
you can. Yeah, you
no,
can.
that's with
Yeah,
the
you can do
fairy
that.
circle.
You want to do that?
Nope. That's with the fairy circle.
Is that what
I
you...
will grab Mortia.
Okay, as Mortia reaches down to grab some of the mushrooms, Lane and Thistle quickly pull her hands away. Why don't you go ahead and tell them why, Miss Fairy? Why don't you go ahead and tell them the problem with fairy rings?
Okay, out of character. Do you guys know?
This can be an in-character thing too, because you're a fairy. You would have all of the information that you would need to know. So you can relay all of this to them. And then as you do though, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. Once again, I'm gonna ask out of character first. Do you guys actually know what a fairy ring is in general?
Like, I know the real life, it's like a ring of like mushrooms that tend to grow over like dead bodies.
I think they tend, like in fantasy, they tend to be like gateways to like the Fey realm, but I know that's not canon to D&D. That's just like one of the common ways it happens, I think.
Okay, so
But I
you
also
both
just generally know you don't fuck with fairies.
are correct. Funnily enough, you can bridge those 2 points together. 9 times out of 10, fairy rings tend to grow when something either dies there, or if there is literally just enough nutrients in the area for mushrooms to start growing. Mushrooms and or fungi are one of the only kind of plants that can actually grow from death itself. So, going into the more fantasy and or I guess you could say religious in things in a way, they can also be a portal, not only to the Fey realm, but into fucking sometimes other realms, to be honest. And considering the fact that this fairy ring is made out of not just one kind of mushroom, but multiple kinds of mushrooms, and they're all different colors, this could actually be a huge problem. There could be a giant fucking portal opening up around Phandalin to the fucking Fey realm.
Understandable.
So, now in character, I'm pretty much going to say the exact same thing, and I'm going to specifically tell you guys to not eat stuff, and then I'm going to tell Mr. DM over here that I would like to, with my Wanderer, because I come from the Fey realm itself, I would like to investigate the mushrooms.
Understandable. They're like tasty though.
It's chaos.
But you also don't know if something's gonna come out of it. You just know that this is a transportation ring.
But it sounds like your personalities and how to be like a part of your character.
We definitely should warn Phandalin about this.
Well, actually,
Honestly,
Fiona herself put me on this mission.
Could we not just like destroy some of these mushrooms?
no.
Rule number 2 about fairy rings. If you don't know how to actually properly dispose of a fairy ring without, you know, hissing somebody off or fucking something up, don't touch it.
Yeah, don't
So,
fuck with the Fae.
This,
If they try to talk
Is
to you,
there-
don't say anything.
so there's probably, I'm just trying to understand this correctly. There's probably somebody around here that's like doing this.
Short and sweet. Beanie, get out. Go. You're messing with my toes. I don't like that. It's a transportation ring. You guys don't have the sufficient knowledge, and neither does Thistle, to destroy it. And the reason is because they're either natural, and this is just something that, hey, the Fae is seeping into the world, you can't control it, or B, it's intentional. Somebody grew them, or somebody is attempting to grow them. So if you disrupt it, you don't know if you're stopping the Fae from coming, which, like, could that be a problem? Maybe not. Like, if the Fae want to come into the world and you stop them, maybe you are stopping them. But it's vice versa. What if you're breaking a ritual ring and it's to stop something evil from joining, or stop something good from getting here? Or, on the even worse side, it could be some sort of ring to bring the dead back. But regardless of either of those options, there's one thing that everyone has to remember, and I will tell you guys, including holy magic, necromancy, the weave itself, fey magic, any of it. When you fuck with magic in an adverse way, such as stopping a ritual, stopping a spell, combining potions, combining spells, anything of that nature, you do not know what is going to happen. There's no rule set for it. There's no definite of what's going to happen, because when you combine various different types of magics together, it does things that has never been seen before. So, like, if someone tries to use a resurrection spell on a dead creature inside of a fairy ring, they might just summon a god of death, like a pure form god of death, or they might summon a Dragolich, or they might fucking summon a demon from the ninth realm of hell. Okay, so on to the fun stuff. You guys looking at the fucking fairy ring, you're like, oh shit. You glean your information from it. Now, you know that this is 15 miles south of Phandalin. So who would like to guide the party?
I can. Alright. Survival, is it? Or what?
Yeah, roll me some survival.
The music.
Alright, bet. Using the book and just paying attention to the land, you do make your way about 15 miles heading south, and you come to the Sword Mountains. Now, you will recognize the kind of the area you have traveled here before to get to the Dwarven excavation site and Nomengard. And so you guys come back to a very familiar place. Don't have any hitches. It's a relatively nice day. The dark clouds that were once over Phandalin the day before are gone. In fact, you don't see a dragon in sight. You don't see any ne'er-do-wells. For the first time, I think this is like the first time that you guys have ever actually traveled without having any sort of hiccup or problem or anything, I don't know, pulling your interest away from what it is that you are seeking. Just kind of, which is good. Good for you guys. Alright, let's get right into the news. I wonder if this will work this time. You guys here? Did it work?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, don't move around too much. Okay. So, thrust out from the base of a dark gray mountain is the entrance to the Dwarven Fortress. A dark 15-foot wide passageway flanked by 40-foot high bulwarks of smooth, seamless stone lays in front of you. As you guys get here, it only takes about 3 hours or so? So it's about 4 p.m. Well, we'll say about 5, because you guys did spend time at the library. And for the most part, it's it's not too bad. The weather isn't terrible. But as you get closer and closer, you realize that this thing is very much in a mountain. These bulwarks and this portcullis that you guys see in front of you is the only signification that this thing is in a mountain. In fact, when you guys have gotten within, I don't know, a couple thousand feet, you couldn't even tell that there was an entrance until you got closer. And it was almost like the outside is kind of blends into the background itself. If you guys weren't looking for a fortress, you would not have seen it. As you pull up, though, you can see that there's an iron portcullis covered with rust that blocks the entrance. Arrow slits carved into the bulwarks are dark, revealing no hints of occupation. It is completely dark inside. Let's see. You guys know what a portcullis is, yeah?
It's like a big fucking wall that kind of like
the
you stand
bars
on top
that,
of it.
yeah, like usually it's like it's got spikes or whatever at the bottom of them, and very often people will have to like use a winch or whatever to raise it. This one is currently closed, so you can see through it, and looking around you can see that the arrow slits are small enough for someone who's tiny to fit in, but the portcullis here itself doesn't look like anyone's tiny or not. Could slip through the bars. It's maybe enough to get like a couple fingers through, but it is very clear that they did not want anything in or out. So I ask, what would you all like to do?
Hey, Thistle.
I'm gonna step forward and try and see if I can see a mechanism to like lower the bars or anything.
You can't fit through.
Looking through,
I'm not trying to fit
Mortia,
through.
you see an iron door at the end and some more arrow slips on both the left and the right side. But other than that, you don't really see anything.
Can I check to make sure, basically check for traps?
Where?
Make sure that if we do get this up, I don't know. Am I able to like see in like? Oh, sorry. I
No,
pressed
what
that
you
button.
see
Like,
is what you
down
see.
here. It's too dark.
It's just too dark.
Okay.
I mean, I know you have dark vision and such, so it like what you see is what you see, but you can't really make out anything. It just looks like there's a doorway at the end of this and arrow slits on either side. Right now, you don't see any visible mechanisms.
Okay.
Is there space at the top of this at all, or no?
Top of what? No, it's a ceiling. There's a ceiling above it.
Okay, can I use one of my wild shapes then?
Yeah, what are you gonna transform into?
Would a rat fit through here?
Yeah, you turn into a little rat and you zip on through one of the arrow slits. As you come in on the other side, you see a small little room. It's pretty empty. There's no dust there. I mean, there's a lot of dust, like a lot of dust, as if it hasn't been stirred in hundreds of years. And looking around, you can see there's a door heading off towards the west here, and a staircase. And as you kind of look around, you do see a wench on this side. It looks very rusted, but you can see one on this side.
A wench.
You guys hear some weird noises, like a and then you hear some squeaks as you see Thistle turns into a little rat, and then she kind of squeezes through one of the arrow slits and then disappears. And oh, by the way, Maxwell, feel free to be able to interact, because we're not doing like the RP section. Feel free to help with these puzzles as well.
I want to slip back through and go to the other side, actually.
Okay, same thing. Just flip-flopped. Roll me a perception check. Yeah, roll me a perception check, Thistle. Oh. Hold on, I gotta make sure. I don't know if rats get any advantage too. but I can check. Yeah, you do have advantage on perception checks, so go ahead and roll me another one. Wait, actually, hold on, I gotta double check because I want to make sure that it's the right one.
Love you. You're good, baby.
Ooh,
You're my
okay,
good
you
baby.
unfortunately don't get advantage. Okay, you don't. Nothing. Never mind. You do see a door. It is opened.
Being a spellcaster, that would not be good.
Is it already
Yeah. Sorry, I
open?
meant to open it earlier. It's my bad. But yeah. Oh, Staka. Well, no, yeah, because technically you would keep the goggles of night on because you are wild shaping, so you would keep your night vision.
I'm pretty sure rats have night vision in general, don't they?
No, they do not. They do though. They're one of those creatures that can use scent as a way to like navigate.
Yeah, Bucket, can I
Yeah,
actually
Bucket,
take
can I actually take a really good, nice, big whiff of the air?
Yeah, roll me perception with advantage. This is gonna be crazy.
We like breathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God you had advantage.
I don't want to tell the party, so let me tell you what you smell.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Understandable. We don't smell shit. Well, I mean, I don't think to smell anything. If it's not urgent, the nose really never comes up in conversation. It smells like nothing.
Always use my nose if I can.
There you go. You get a foul stench, and it's very close. Within 60 feet.
Wouldn't happen to be in the general direction
of that door, would it?
It comes from everywhere. Above you, behind you, below you, down the hall, up the staircase.
Did I smell that on
Did I smell that on the other side as well?
You don't know because you didn't smell on the other side. You only attempted to smell it here. You could assume, but let's just say it hangs in the air. Now, the rest of you, what are you guys doing while your rat friend disappears?
Actually,
Nikolai, I'll give you.
I'm gonna see if there's a way I can like hold down this iron gate, like not damage it, but like get it like.
No, this
see if the mechanism
portcullis
is, like,
is heavy. So this thing starts like, you raise it, it drops down. This is not something you can pick up. This is not something that you can push, pull. It will not move no matter how much force you put on it. Let's just say this thing weighs about 10,000 pounds.
Understandable. Well, not big enough to fit through the little slits, I'm pretty sure. So I just kind of stand out here, like, see.
I'll just start exploring the outside if that's okay.
I can actually give you a... Yeah, no, that's easy. Roll a perception, Lane. Well, investigation. We'll assume that you're, like, looking for something.
Okay.
You notice that there are chimneys about 100 feet in the air. Like, it's sloped on each side, rocky walls. Looks difficult to climb up. It will definitely take either some sort of python to help you, or at least you're making checks to get up this, because it is very
I
difficult.
do have a magical immovable rod. I could probably use to climb.
But it looks to be about like 100 feet. You can see what looks like to be a chimney sitting. It's probably like 10 feet. It's sticking about 10 feet tall. Out of the mountain, and it looks like an industrial style, circular with some metal on top, very old brick, similar to the stone that you see on the face of the mountain and fortress.
Okay, this is normally a dumb question, but this is fantasy. So, is there any smoke coming out of the chimney?
No, not at all.
Alright, I'm gonna start seeing if there's a way I can climb up there using my pythons and ropes and my immovable rod.
How would you do that? You'd have to explain that one to me. Because I could tell you, but like I can't give you the answer, you know.
Well, so I would like lift myself up using the immovable rod, and then I would hammer in a python with the rope. Then I would hang on to that, move the rod up again, and keep doing that until I reach the top.
Okay, so like you use the rod as a python, you put it on the rock face, press the button, then you know you python next to it, attach the rope. Okay, how many feet of rope do you have?
Shit, I don't know how much I got. It just says hempen rope.
60 feet is each one.
Shit.
So if you had more rope,
guys,
yes,
you
it's 100.
have rope.
What do you need
Can I
it
start
for?
squeaking? I want to start squeaking. Get everybody's attention.
You see the little mouse, a little rat, Thistle, and because I'm gonna assume that it's colored like Thistle, sticks its head out of the little arrow slit here and starts just squeaking her head off.
Like Beast Boy.
At first you're like, what the fuck? And then you're like, wait, no, like this is not just a normal rat. This is probably Thistle.
Yeah, and me and Martia saw her.
Is everything okay?
Well, I can't talk to you, but you were going to see me, like, run around in circles, face the direction of the room I'm in. I'm gonna look back at you, and then I'm gonna take a really big inhale, and then I'm gonna look at you expectingly.
The fuck you want?
I'll try and force myself through the arrow hole. Yes.
It is too big for you. You have to be small or smaller to to fit through these.
Do you want us to hold our breath?
Shaking
my
yes.
head no. Do you want us to... Do you want Mortia to blow fire down the hole?
Shaking head no.
This is amazing. No, I love it.
Breathe.
You want us to breathe in the hole?
I'm gonna shake my head yes.
Okay.
Breathe in the.
I guess I hold my face up to the hole and take a big ol'.
As you do so, you guys get this stench of just rotten, decaying corpse and blood, old and heavy on the air. In fact, this is the first time you've taken like a good actual sniff, and it's not just dust that you're smelling, but it smells like something is either died or is dying here.
Is everything okay, guys?
Well, what are we supposed to do about that?
Better play some air freshener.
Okay. I still have my mind in my rat body, right?
Yeah, it's still your brain.
Okay, I'm gonna jump out, and then I'm gonna go over here. And is what I am on, is it like dirt? Is it stone?
This is all stone. This is all smooth stone. Yeah, you ain't digging through this.
Okay, does anybody have anything on their person that I could use to draw? Out of character question.
Let's see, I think do I still have the letter from earlier?
I'm
trying to look letter. I'll turn it over and let you take it.
Do you have anything to write with? Does anybody have any sort of writing utensils in their inventory? Like a kit maybe that comes with it? Like calligraphy, artistry. Maxwell, do you happen to have anything of that nature? Damn, you know you can still cast Enlarged Reduce. And you can wild shape multiple times.
I know, but if I wild shape multiple times, that memes I also take shit away.
What would be investments? Is that?
So I want to get the plan across before I have to use this shit again.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Damn, nobody's
Okay.
kind of. It's
In-
kind of crazy.
In tinder boxes, what comes in a tinder box?
A tinder box usually comes with some sort of flint and steel, and then like scrap wood. I would say you could potentially burn some wood or grab some charcoal and use that. I would say that there would be charcoal inside of a tinder box if you'd like to use some of that.
Okay.
Yeah, if
so,
I burn like a torch, couldn't we use like the ash to like write on the floor?
well, like we can just give her the charcoal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need charcoal. So you're gonna
I'll give
see
you
my
charcoal in the letter.
okay. You're gonna see my cute little rat paws. I'm gonna rub them all over the charcoal, and then I am going to motion the fact that behind these arrow slits.
Hold on. Wording is extremely important here because you cannot convey large worded ideas when you're writing things. So you have to describe what would be the shortest, simplest iconography to relay what you're saying. You can't tell them what you're trying to relay.
I'm not using.
I know, but what you're just listen, because this is all about like you're describing what you're writing. You cannot describe what information you're telling them. You have to describe what you're using to relay information. So like if you wanted to say, "Oh, there's a dragon," you would draw a picture of a dragon. Oh, if I smell dead things, you would draw a skeleton or a crossbones. So I know what you're going with, but I had to stop you because it's semi-metagaming. So how would you relay what you see on the other side? You could also just write in English, by the way, because you still have your brain. You're just in the body of a rat. So if you wanted to write this, like say, "Oh, I'm going to write down these words and just tell them," I will take that as well.
Okay, yeah. Can I just write down the words and tell them that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them. Tell them.
Okay. I'm scribbling down on this cute little letter, and where you see this, I'm going to tell you that there are two on either side of it, thingies that will help actually lift it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Can you lift
I
them?
I don't think any of us can actually get through these holes though, other than you.
Yeah.
Wait.
Like,
Hold
do
on.
you-
Okay, Thistle. How do the winches work? Do they like, if you like roll one up, would it like close if you leave it?
She doesn't know. Because she hasn't interacted with it before.
Okay.
You guys, yeah, it's something you don't know yet.
Are you able to? Do
Okay.
you want to try to like? Oh, okay. She's gone.
I'm gonna try and interact with it.
Are you
I
going
guess
back
we're
into?
gonna find out.
Are you going to untransform? I'll tell you right now, as a rat, you are not gonna be able to fucking move this thing.
Right, but I want to see.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
you walk
look
over
at
there
it.
and you look at it. It looks like a normal. So it looks like it is. Okay, I'm gonna just draw it because words won't explain it. So you see that there's this little plate that it's attached to that's kind of disc shaped, but it has gears around it, and then protruding from the side seems to be another bar here that is connected by a little bolt, right? Okay, so you can tell that this is all connected, but then it's a big L shape, and it looks like on this part here, it looks like there is like a handle of sorts. Does that make sense?
Kind?
Yeah. It's like a winch that you wind up.
Yeah, like a winding device, like similar to you guys see pirate ships. You know how they have that giant circular thing that pulls anchors up, and you have to go in a circle It looks like that, but sideways. So instead of going like instead of pushing forward, it looks like something that you would push up, and then it would go down, and then you bring it back towards yourself, and you know, a wench.
Okay. Is this stone the wall,
So-
like where the arrows are?
Yep, it is all stone except for the portcullis, which is iron.
Does anyone have magic that can like move stone?
We don't need that. Can I cast spells when I am in? Okay, so I'm gonna have to swap out of this, unfortunately.
Okay. And then just tell them your plan, because you're back in human form or fairy form. Just tell them.
I'm gonna have to reduce one of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna have to make one of you guys small.
I will volunteer as tribute.
Huh?
Lane volunteered.
Lane, you volunteered?
And they both of us volunteered at the same time.
Oh, okay.
This is honestly, this is a strength battle, so you gotta.
Whoever you think is the best to be smallified.
Well, I'm also going to have to unsmallify you. So, out of character.
I'm least effective
Who
by being
has
small, I don't. Magic doesn't care about size.
You know
what, Maxwell? What are you doing?
Is the milkman even here?
That's a great question.
I mean, out of character, is he?
He is here, yes. Maxwell is accompanying you. Oh, and Tofu. Holy shit, I forgot Tofu.
I meant. Yeah.
Tofu.
I'm meaning out of character. Is the person still like?
Oh yeah.
We have been silent this entire time, so I thought he was kind of like.
Maybe he's
fell asleep or something.
Maybe he did. He is idle, so he hasn't responded. So, I'm gonna assume Maxwell is here, and then if he's just like off doing something, that's fine. But he tells you that Tofu's like confused. He doesn't know why you want him to go tiny, and he's never been here, so even Tofu doesn't really have any words to offer. But Maxwell's like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking strong. I'd say I am a barbarian after all.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought he was like a.
Okay.
Honestly.
Tofu says, well, if Lane is so willing to offer, then why not let them try, you know?
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to put a lot of effort into moving it, possibly. And no offense to Lane or Mortia, but yeah, I am a little bit more confident in Maxwell's strength.
Okay, well, we can use Maxwell. What side do you want him to go on? That's the real question.
I hate to do this, but because I'm the healer, I don't know if I smell the same bad smells on this side, so I'm gonna send him to his doom on this side for my safety.
No.
All right.
Besides, I can stop him from dying.
I can do it.
Also, we should maybe not stand in front of the arrow entrances.
All right, you cast enlarge reduce. Maxwell goes through.
Morty, you should move.
Problem. Maxwell doesn't have any vision, so Maxwell can't see if they go on the other side.
Okay, well,
so
I'm gonna communicate to him.
Okay.
To put his hands on the wall and to feel the wall.
Okay, using the wall, he finds the wench. He says, cancel your enlarge reduce because it is a concentration and all that jazz. And then he says, okay, I will attempt. You hear him. He's speaking loud. He goes, I found it. And you hear his voice echoes a bit. Not very, not like he's yelling, but like speaking up so that you can hear him. He goes, oh, Oh, it's a turny thingy. And now he has to, he says to you, it looks a little tough, but I guarantee that I got this.
Okay, but you might have to wait for me to get to the other side.
Yeah. He says, "No, I got this," and you hear that chink, and he goes, "Okay, I moved some of it," and then he comes back to the arrow slit, and you hear deep rumbling. At first, it's strained, and then Brio, Thistle, Mortia, Lane, you guys all feel the area around you kind of vibrates a bit, and for a moment, nothing, and then you hear, and then you see that the portcullis raises by 5 feet. But as Maxwell comes back over to the arrow slit, he looks through and he goes, "Well, it's still up. So I don't think we have to keep winching this unless you want to go to the other side and try to keep winching it up."
We could unwinch it.
Well, I could, like,
No, just
close
go,
it,
quick.
or I could
under.
just keep it.
Go.
We'll keep it open for now. We can get back in there later.
Try and wait. We can go on. Oh, it's lifted up so we can go under.
Yes. This portcullis raises by 5 feet now. You guys now have 5 feet of movement to walk in.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just thought it, like, lifted up more, like, just grew on the ground.
Nope. Gotcha. Yeah, it raised.
I'm gonna
it raises.
see if there isn't a way to get in there from here.
Okay. No, there is not. You guys then see. Let's see. Yes. Double doors. Lane. Let's see. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Can I try and open the door? Or
Is there
I'll step back and let you do it.
Okay. Mortia, as
I'll try and open the door.
As you go up to them, these are not traditional doors. These are iron doors with no handles, except for like the pulley handle bits. But as you pull on it, you get the sense that there's something barricading it from the inside, stopping it from being open. As you,
Maxwell,
I don't think we can get through like this. I think we need to go around, but there's no around other than these tiny slits.
Maybe the other thingy.
What were you saying, Lane?
Maybe. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna ask Maxwell to head down this way because there is a spot down here that looks like he can go.
Okay. He begins walking down, and you hear him go, "Ugh! Ow! Those stairs here. I can't see anything here, Lane. What do you see?"
Thistle, give him the goggles.
My goggles that I need to see?
Yes, Maxwell needs them right now.
Alright, fine.
Okay, you hand him through, and I'll take your vision away after. In 1 second.
So do you want to hold on to me, and then that way you can see what? Like you're not just blind.
No, I'm standing here. I need to be able to at least hear him. I fear for his safety.
Wait,
it's okay because
portrait.
Hold on. Maxwell now has vision. Lane and Thistle, you guys can hear him from through the arrow slit. So if Lane is able to speak to him down there, you can assume that you can hear him up here or down there. Thistle, however, he says, "Okay. Oh, I see. Okay." He walks down and he says, "Well, there's nothing else here. It's just more arrow slits. I do see the other side of the room, like the other side of the door, but it's mostly just empty, and I only have an arrow slit to be able to see through, so I can't see much. Now, that being said, it does look like there's a hallway more to the west of us, and there is a staircase that is close behind me. The problem is, though, I saw a door that was opened, and I can hear something. I don't know what it is, but it sounds like something scattering scattering across the ground, like something like a bug or something with like talons, like a bug or maybe like a rat or something along that, like maybe like an animal that's just been here for a while. He doesn't know what it is, but he does know that the stench you guys were smelling earlier, it's a lot worse in these little hallways. So, you guys just gonna leave me here?
So, he looked in this area, correct?
Yeah, he looked as far as he could.
So did the tunnels keep going on the other side?
Yeah, to my knowledge, they look pretty much the same. Even though I did only take like a quick glance around, they looked pretty much the same to me.
Okay.
Imagine that if we're gonna open this door, we also need to have 2 people on the same side again. On opposite sides, sorry. We were kind of lucky with the first door, but I don't know if we will with the second. Actually, you know, I have a crowbar. Can I just try and crowbar it open?
I mean, it's fair. I mean,
I can tell you... You know it's barricaded. It'll take you roughly an hour by yourself to open this door.
What about with 2 people?
30 minutes.
4 people would be
5 minutes. 3 people is 10 minutes. 5 of you could break it down in less than a minute.
I mean, it depends. How many of us can even fit in the area of the doors?
Well, you all 5, you could push up against it as hard as you can and like use your best to leverage it.
Okay.
Alright, you know, if you want, we can all take a short rest, and I can pry open the door in the meantime.
Maxwell.
Just get him out.
I can't just get him out.
What was your plan to get him out? Shit!
I was going to go back in with him.
Okay.
Tofu is strong, isn't he? He could help break down the door.
Tofu.
Yep. Yeah, if you guys all put effort, you guys could all break this door down in about a minute.
Let us all try and break down this door. We can replace it later, but for now, we just need to get through this place and actually secure it for the Phandalin.
Okay, quick
I have an
question.
out-of-character question.
Tofu, do you know?
What's the question?
You go first.
If I were to put myself sideways, can I kind of shimmy through this area?
You're too big to fit through the arrow slits. I already said that if you're not small or smaller, you cannot fit through here.
I am small.
Are you actually small? No, dead ass, is that your size?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm a little upset. I didn't know that you were actually a small. No, you are. Oh, okay. I'll give you back your. I'm gonna give you back your your what do you call it? Your transformation then, because I thought you were still a wild shape. Because I didn't know that you were small size. So yeah, you can fit through these arrow slits. It's just a little uncomfortable. You have to press your wings.
Maxwell, where are you?
I'm hanging out here in one of these arrow slits. You see he like sticks his hand out so you can see him. If you want to slip through here, you can. Do you want your goggles back?
I'm gonna be honest, no, you can keep them. Since you're kind of the big, strong person in this instance, I'll just chill on your shoulder.
Okay, well what about them? Are we just gonna leave them there?
Well, they're currently breaking down the door, apparently.
Okay. So we just wait, or?
Yeah, I guess we just wait. I just don't want to leave you alone. I know that there's a weird smell and stuff going on in here.
Yeah. I'm worried that something might happen in the tunnels when we open the door.
Yeah. That's
Well,
kinda what I
that's
was
the
thinking
least
about.
of your concerns, because as you all begin pushing this door down, helping Lane and Tofu get the leverage on this, after like a minute or so.
Hey, I didn't move my token.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're gonna let them spend the next 20 minutes doing this? Gonna.
I didn't agree to do it yet.
Oh, okay. What is everybody doing before I say anything happened or did not happen? I need clarification.
Tofu, do you know any magic?
Tofu looks at you and he says, "No, I am just a monk. I know hand-to-hand combat, but that's about it." And you see that he pats himself and he goes, "Oh right, I don't have bag, so I don't have any of my items on me."
Tofu, I swear.
What?
You leave him alone. He almost got eaten by a dragon.
He's the one who angered the dragon.
Well, that's
Whatever.
just hearsay. I wasn't there when Dragon was born.
Yes, you were.
No. I was just there when Master died, not when Dragon born. Dragon was already born.
Nice. We're prying open the door.
Okay, you guys begin prying on the door, and it takes a couple minutes, and at first it doesn't want to latch, and then you guys finally hear it buckles as you pull this door out to you. You see that there's this very old wooden bar that has been reinforced with some iron bolts and straps on it, but it does snap in half with a loud boom. A very loud echo bellows out within. And Brio, Mortia, Lane, and Tofu, as you all look inside, you hear and the scattering of noises as what look to be oh shit, 5 weirdly dwarven-like creatures with rotten flesh, chewing on bone. You can tell that there's skin missing from them. All come chattering forward, and in the distance you hear this echoing of a large scream, not like a person, but like something has awoken. Roll me initiative. Actually, you know what? That's where we end the session.
Oh yeah, let's not do that today. Do any of us still have that moist fire, by chance?
Better check your inventory.
I haven't
Yes, I
used
do.
any of mine, I think.
Okay, sick. All right.
Perfect.
I have a plan.
And that, my
It's a
friends,
usable plan.
is where we end the session. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good spot to
This was
call it.
really nice.